Yo, OG said, yo, that thumbnail though. Nova, what's up? Oh, I gotta do something real quick. Let's go ahead and end that task. All right. Now this better work. There we go. What is going on, guys? How are we? I'm back. What is going on, man? All right. Everything sound good? What's up, guys? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Oh, we are playing some PoE today, baby.
It's over 9,000!
And we got a lot to do. I need to play I really want to play a juggernaut. I want to play a jug. I need a juggernaut build. Oh, I got to put my stuff back in. One sec. There we go. We're in it. Oh, much better. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up? How's the audio sound? My mic still sound good? We must delete everything. Hey, I appreciate it, OG. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the kind words, man. How's it going? Chuck Norris. Mike sounds good? Okay, cool. I wanted to be sure. Actually, let's go ahead and pull this up. Let's do PoE melee builds 3.25. Let's go look some up, man. Melee builds, 3 not starters. 3 not starters, they say. How's it going, guys? What's up, man? Pretty excited. Beginner build guide, 2 hours. Juggernaut Sunder. Reworked. Bleed, Lacerate, Gladiator. Crushing Fist. Lacerate. Bleed is back. Huh? Oh, I like Atlee's stuff. Destroying maps with Lightning Strike Warden. That would be pretty cool. That would be kind of sick. Crafting early game builds. What would be sweet? What's Ziz gonna say?
Or a whetstone, etc. You will buy or find.
What's Ziz saying?
And we have some item recipes. And we'll have a separate video with all the recipes you need as well. But some cool stuff we can do here. It works differently with a rare or a blue. And you will
Pay to
have
works.
essences as well for low level crafting using something like a contempt essence. Very, very good early. Melee weapons and melee skills are very
The melee weapons got
spell
buffed.
skills, now even more so after the patch, because melee skills don't have any flat physical damage scaling, whereas spells gain a lot of damage when leveling up. So generally spells scale better than weapons do. Let's say that you have a melee weapon like a wood splitter here, but there's nothing good on it, right? This doesn't have any good stats. So what you can do is you can sell a rusting sash, a weapon, and a whetstone, and that'll go up to 64% damage. Now, you can sell it with a blue as well, and that'll do 49. if you don't have an alchemy or an essence to throw on a belt. The problem with just throwing an essence on a weapon, and why you see people avoiding that, is let's say that we don't have a contempt, let's say that we have a greed, right? Let's say we throw a greed on, well now this literally only does 16 to 32 fire damage, which is a lot worse than throwing it straight on a belt and getting guaranteed fizz damage. So getting up to 64 guaranteed fizz damage.
Yo, John, what's up, dude?
That being said, if you find a contempt,
I'm trying to figure out a build to play in PoE. There's a lacerate build. Bleed lacerate.
Hey everybody, Ronroy here, and as you know, melee was
That kinda
hugely
looks
powerful
good.
in 3.25. Together with melee, GGG changed Gladiator Ascendancy, making it the best defensive option that we currently have.
Huh.
With insane
It looks kinda
87%
weird.
of blockchain.
There's got to be something. Lightning Strike Duelist is probably going to be really good.
That's a gaming and a new video on the channel going over what I think it will feel like to level with a skill like Lightning Strike or Frostblades from Act 1 in 3.25. So I've done a fair bit of testing to see.
Oh, they're doing Lightning Strike as a melee build. Hey, that's mine. Oh, I got Diablo 4 on there. Wait, whoa. I got to update. Where's my PoE logo? Whoops. What the heck? There we go. Let me update this. I didn't even realize I had my I can't believe I still had Diablo on there. All right, updated. There we go. Nice. All right, that's updated. How's it going, John? There's Dual Strike 0 to hero. Dual Strike Ambidexterity. That just seems cool. Jug Slam.
Here, just so you make sure this is like a completely ethical config. We're using just a 650 DPS-ish weapon. This should be pretty easy to obtain, given the new quality being multiplicative on weapons. Just life resistances.
What does the build look like?
Here for the leech, that'll be super easy.
Earthshatter Jug might be cool. Berserker Slams.
Exiles to my plan for League Start, which is a Berserker Slammer. Now I have made some
I want to see it in action. You know what I'm saying? I want to see it in action. Splitting Steel Jug.
Welcome back.
Huh. The Gladiator rework. The Giga build. Slam meta.
Hello and welcome, Exile, to the one build that
Shield Crush. Melee is back. Blade Storm Zerker.
Hello and welcome, Exiles, to my Blade Storm place. I'm gonna say, from my experience, I think this is a pretty powerful combination on way to have a pretty feels-good melee character of getting to enjoy both some level of automated damage from the General's Cry.
Huh, interesting. Content reveal. The Warden Ascendancy seems pretty cool. Yeah, Warden looks awesome. The Auction House seems cool. Dual Strike. That was a month ago, though. I love Exile Cat. Frost Blades. Ooh. Interesting.
Welcome back, you filthy exiles. Done cool back in a more ratchet.
Lacerate
form of the,
Bleed.
Game. And basically, it used the Jack the Val axe. Essentially, what this does is it reserves a little bit of life, and it gives you a pretty significant thing that I
Max block crushing blow Gladiator.
Like in a very early.
Wait, is there a spin to win? No way.
But yeah, no, this build potentially. Template. So what I've actually done with this is I took my old tree, reported it into POB, and I have since updated it. Now it's okay. So for the next one,
Any Slam Berserker.
Tree from 3.1.
Ooh, would this be like Hoda?
In the 3.24 league tables.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Just a bit of precursor here. The Berserkers had a bit of a change as well, so it now basically means Crave the Slaughter.
Did they nerf
turns
Barb in PoE?
so it no longer provides
Yes.
10 plus maximum rage or gain
Yes,
1
they
rage
did.
champion, and this was like when other defensive stats. But basically, yeah, this build is like super easy to level up. There's no like progenesises or anything like that.
I don't know if I would like to slam it. It seems
Honestly,
weird.
It's not. This isn't a league stuff.
It seems weird. They should. All the cool
Everybody,
kids are doing
welcome to
it.
the Path of Exile beginner build guide. If you're looking for keybinders and you're just gonna sunder them, bada bing, bada boom.
Sunder kind of looks lame.
The leech, that'll be super easy to get, super common, and then the fizz converted to fire. That's really
The Earth Jug. The Lightning Strike Duelist would be kind of cool, actually.
Whether I think A, it's viable, B, it's the best way to do it, and C, you don't want to absolutely just destroy yourself when you're doing it because it feels so bad. So firstly, is it viable? It 100% is. I've ran through without a totem, so I'm probably running 50 to 60%.
The Lightning Strike
less
seems
damage
cool.
than I would be.
Ron. Oh, he didn't really, Blast Trapper starter. Shield Bash.
Hey everybody, we're on
That seems cool. I don't want to play build. Lightning Strike
Everyone,
Warden.
it's Ali, and I am so excited to bring you what is most likely going to be my single best League Starter guide and build that I've ever played in Path of Exile. Today, we're
Lightning
talking about
Strike
Lightning
Warden.
Strike. This is going to be a classic build that many people have enjoyed over the past few years.
Is that Lightning Strike?
Ascension weapon.
It's got to be Lightning Strike. All right, that's good. That's rock. Okay, so that was done. All right, cool.
Warden Ascendancy that's going to completely replace Raider. We are going to be given quite a large, hefty suite of increased damage for Lightning Strike, making the only issue that's ever had.
Dude, if that's Endgame Lightning Strike, that looks so cool.
This build is finally ready to come back into meta and just absolutely delete.
That looks so cool.
Mapping monster. It's going to be primarily focused on specifically that. You're going to want to choose this build if you are looking to farm a bunch of mapping content in the early few days of the season. But as you push into the mid-game setup of this build, you will actually become so tanky that doing most Maven invitations and pinnacle bosses shouldn't really be too difficult, meaning that you can do boss-related content with this build eventually. This is not going to be a build that's aimed to do all content really well. Instead, it's going to be a build that's primarily focused on just being able to clear a map in 2 seconds. Lightning Strike's ability to pretty much hit every single monster in a pack while freezing them and having pretty much screen-wide coverage is going to make it a substantially stronger map.
That's really cool.
They can imagine. When we combine this with the fact that Warden is going to give it a lot of additional damage at all times through Oath of Summer, this build at an early level should just absolutely tear through everything. The B-roll that you're seeing in the background is of the white map setup in a tier 16 Delirium mirror map. There'll be
Damn.
setups in this path of building. What is going to be the tier 16 gear that I would expect you to have by the time you get to tier 16 maps, and then the
Wow.
other is going to be the gear that I expect you to have when you swap over to Lightning Strike at the start of white maps. This white map gear does 1/3 of the DPS of the tier 16 gear, and as you can see, a 400,000 DPS setup is absolutely tearing through pretty much everything in a tier 16 map. This is
Dang.
for the new buffs that are coming to everything related to this, as Lightning Strike itself at level 20 is going to do somewhere around 80% more damage than it did in any previous season. Not only that, but this is with a Raider, which is going to be substantially weaker than a Warden, as pretty much everything the Raider since he was giving me in this B-roll was either covered by onslaught hit boots or blood rage. What I need you to take away from the
That's
B-roll
so cool.
is
Lightning Strike
that
looks insane.
doing an order of magnitude more damage than what is currently shown here. With all that said, let's get into talking about this build. And the first thing that I want to mention here is going to be the notes section for this path of building. This is going to by far be the single biggest League Star path of building that I've ever
Oh my God, look at it.
And I would highly appreciate if you take your time and read through everything here, as this will pretty much answer most of the questions that you might have about playing this build. This
That's
build
so
will
cool.
include a leveling guide, pretty much going over every single step that you need to take to level your character at the start of the season, walking you and explaining every single thing along the way to make sure you have the most comfortable experience you possibly can.
Oh, do I not have
There'll also
POV
be
on
a
this?
section towards the bottom that's going to include a few crafting guides on some important items that you're going to want to craft as you push into red tier maps, as well as some explanations on some of the core concepts in this build and some of the questions that people might have. Everything in this note section will also be covered in this video guide, with the exception of the step-by-step leveling guide.
I didn't have it
which will
done.
only be in the note section specifically. Again, I implore you to please.
John, how's it going, man? How's your grind, brother?
By the way, why don't we start talking about how to level this build? We are going to be primarily leveling from Act 1 to Act 10 with Rain of Arrows. This skill is not only going to share a lot of passive points with Lightning Strike, but it's going to be faster and do more damage than Lightning Strike can at early levels, meaning that you will be able to get to maps substantially faster. In the path of building for this, under the tree section, there will be a tree for every single act.
Yeah, I love it.
To show you exactly how you want to allocate your points from Act 1 all the way to Act 10 to be able to play this. At the same time, in the skill section, there will also be a set of skills for every single act.
Cool.
Exactly which gems you want at each portion during the campaign. It's going to be in line with what the leveling guide in the note section is going to tell you to do. So this is simply just going to be a reminder of what you want to have during each act. What I want to mention about leveling with
Val Lightning Strike, dude. Act 1.
Upgrading it to better and better bows as you go along. My loot filter for this build will include.
Started playing on Magic the Gathering Arena again. Nice, dude.
And all you're gonna have to do is just.
So we got to be a ranger and we got to choose
check
warden.
what the elemental DPS of the bow is. We are not going to be converting any physical damage over to elemental, and we're going to be purely an elemental build, meaning that any
That's pretty
physical
cool.
damage on the bow is just
What is up with the skill tree?
All you need to do is simply just hit Control D on
Well, that's the this is your passive tree.
the little hidden slider and check what the elemental
This is your
DPS
passive
that
tree.
awakened trait says the bow has,
It's not that bad, man.
higher or lower than your
It's really not that bad. It's really not. See, I have a raider, so we could try to just do this. Let me see. I think this is on normal. This wouldn't be for the current league, but that's guild stash. Heist removal only. Currency removal only. I got a crap ton of stuff in here. Oh, this is all normal stuff. Yeah, this is Necropolis League. I think I only had one in Necropolis League. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, guys, I don't know what to play. I don't know what to play. There we go. I mean, I guess we could just get on some Diablo. We could just play some Diablo. But part of me kind of wants to play Necropolis. Nope. Okay. We got to go Ranger. Tester. Lightning Strike. Oh, yeah. Skip all tutorials. We got our bow. We got Burning Arrow. Disable tutorials. Okay. I ended a game on Arena earlier. Nice, dude. Always show sockets. Yeah, I don't really care for that. I like that, though. That's fine. Okay, we need... Where is it? Where's my... There we go. Where's my space bar? There we go, much better. All right, let's blast. Oh, come on. Stop dodging. I actually need to change it to... Where is it? It's on the skills, isn't it? There we go. League ends in 24 hours. Wow. The new league ends in 24 hours. I guess what we could do is... I guess we could go play Diablo. I don't really have much to play right now. It's kind of boring. What are you guys playing right now? I'm just kind of killing stuff. Nice. Thanks for the chess piece, bro. That's the big guy. He's beefy. Leave me alone, Brutus. Nice. Both out with a number 2 pencil. Thanks. Now we're back in Lion Size Watch. All right. Level up. I think that's what was on there, wasn't it? Yes, right down the center. Yay.
Oh, there's an eye.
Split arrow, frost blades, ice shot. Frost blades would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's check out frost blades. Yeah, let's check out frost blades.
What little help I can offer.
Sell, sell. All right, we're going. I'm assuming I can't. Okay. That's what I thought. All right, I'm glad I kept the sword. Let's see what we got, man. Dude, Frostblaze is pretty kind of cool.
My mana is gone.
Okay, Frostblades. Ow, that hurt, though. The normal swing is so slow. What is that? Frostblaze is kind of cool, though. I dig that. I don't even think I'm going the right way. Ooh, what's in here? Settlers. Settlers supporter pack. It's kind of the same stuff. Yeah. Where do I gotta go? I'm at the coast. I gotta go to Tidal Island. Yo, lightning strikes or frost blaze is kind of cool. Now I got a shield. Let's go. Dude, frost blaze is kind of nasty. That's the mud flask. That's not where I'm going. I guess that's where I'm going. I guess. I like that AoE hit on there, though, bro. Ow.
The worms will have to wait a bit longer for this.
The worms will have to wait a bit longer. Ooh. Big boy blade. Uh, 26 DPS. Oh, that's it's a two-hander. Okay. It's a two-hander. Ow! The heck? Hey, I want to buy your Thunder Fists. What the heck, dude?
My mana is gone.
Is that two-handed too? Oh, I don't have anywhere to put it. Oh, I'm not high enough level to use it. Okay. All right. Nice. Give me the movement speed, baby. Dude, Frostblaze for the win, bro. Frostblaze is kind of sick, man. Ow! Oh, I got sniper's mark. That's good. That is nice. Going up. Okay. I love it. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting strong. I'm like killing everything. Oh, I'm out of manas. Dude, Frostblaze is actually kind of sick. Mad Dog, what's up, man? We might switch to Diablo, though. I might just go try to finish that hardcore. We only got 72, or we got less than 24 hours before this league is done. These sniper marks. Ow. Ow. Oh my God, they're beating me down. Nice. See ya. How's it going, Mad Dog? What's up with you, brother?
My mana is gone.
Give me that superior flask. Thank you. Ooh, just dodged him. What?
Slow me down.
Oh, I can't wear him. Okay. Never tried PoE. Definitely a noob. I mean, PoE is it's a little difficult. It's not bad, man. Once you like start to learn things like most stuff, but it can be a little overwhelming at first. Yeah, we might go just do Diablo 4 and try to just get my hardcore stuff done today. I mean, we won't get it all done today, but like a couple more hours, we could probably get another section done, which would be cool. I'm going to grab this and finish this like little quest. And then, nice.
That's nature
Oh.
for you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm stunned, dude. God.
That would only slow me down.
Goodness gracious, dude. Whew. Golly. Sell. Oh, okay. We got boots now. So let's see. This does 31. 41. Sweet. Yes, indeed, brother.
I've spent enough time. Got it. Stay sharp out there.
Easy peasy. Oh, I guess I could go and see if I even have Lightning Strike. I do have level... Oh, I do have Lightning Strike. Gotta be level 12. And I'm level 5. Alright, let's exit. Kind of high for Season 5 of D4, though. I didn't mess with the PTR because it was bugged. Yeah, dude, I played just... What did I end up playing? Like 2 days worth of the PTR. And then... and then it was like... I just didn't play it because it just wasn't... It wasn't worth it, like, at all. Like, at all. The, yeah, it was silly, man. Like, there were so many bugs, you couldn't test anything, dude. I don't care what anybody says, like, trying to test... Like, it was cool for people to try to make builds and, you know, kind of test that stuff. But, dude, let me tell you right now, man. That, nobody was doing it. Nobody. You weren't able to test nothing, man. Plain and simple. Like that's just the facts, man. That's just the facts. Which really sucked, by the way. Because there's so many good things in the season that looks really good, and you just couldn't do anything with it, man. Couldn't do anything with it. All right, we're blasted. Oh, Rax and them are talking about D4. You guys want to check this out real quick? Let's check this out real quick.
Everybody walking into the expansion is also going to be a Spiritborn guide writer. Like, you're going to see so many people playing this thing and trying to crack it and all the different things that you can do with it. It's also kind of cool because since they have two specific weapon types that no other classes have, they have this design space where their unique weapons can be very, very powerful and transformative for them because they don't have to consider any other classes using them. And I think that's also pretty exciting from my outlook.
Yeah, I was very confused when I saw the Spiritborn actually only having the one weapon and still having that little box on the right side below the jewelry, basically. And I was, for a second, I hoped that you could also dual wield and therefore also get some variety that way. But it's literally only the staffs, and then you have the quarter staffs and the
Glaives.
And the glaives, right? So it's
And polearms,
basically
actually. Polearms are also there.
Oh, okay, so you share these three things then, but they're basically the same thing. It's just about the different implicit then, from what I've understood, right? It's
what do I
not
think
like
of
you
Spiritborn?
can
Mad
actually
Dog, Spiritborn's awesome.
mix
man.
and match.
It's gonna be a lot of fun to
some
see.
form of attack speed difference like we had with the
It's gonna be a lot of fun to see what people can come up with. But I think the class is gonna be loved. But I think a lot of people are gonna like it.
Like Bob has that where, okay, you wield an axe, you get this, you wield a mace, you get that. And maybe there's also like, some more distinction coming later in the Paragons. But yeah, I think personally it's kind of cool that they made like a two-hand only class. It kind of goes well with the theme, I believe. And
yeah, two-hand only
it
is
just
really,
feels really cool
different.
having a two-handed weapon, to be honest. I like it. So that's amazing.
The other cool part about it is that the quarterstaff comes with inherent block chance or modifies block in some way. And that was something that when I was talking with Bjorn, Bjorn is like the lead class designer for Spiritborn. You saw him on some of our live streams if you tuned in. Bjorn's super great. Also, all the devs were phenomenal. I know we'll get into it later, but like
correct
top tier nerds.
Yeah.
They had answers for every question that I had. Like they schooled me on lore. The people working on this expansion are like the best of the best of the best. But I was talking with them and I sat down and I realized I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, you're going to be using a two-handed.
How does this class even benefit from block? Oh wait, block is just the chance to block, and then the shield gives you damage reduction based off of your block chance. That's completely separate. Like that's a stat on the shield, and that's the only place that we've seen it thus far. So now that they're bringing block as just a concept to the game, and the quarterstaff will modify how block works for you, like definitely opens up places where like aspects can touch on your block chance and how block works. Your Paragon can have nodes that say, bonus based off your block chance at the time.
Yeah, it's the only class where you're going to have to be
block chance for a certain amount of
where
time.
you're bound to using just a two-handed weapon, and there's three different weapon types that you can use for the class. It's a quarterstaff, a glaive, and then whatever the other one is.
I don't know, man. There's so much that they're opening up just by adding this class in and having it have to work in the coding logic of
and then like the other part that a lot of people are concerned with is like, well, how does the class nope, you get to use a two-handed, that's it.
Just said. So you have the possibilities of changing the tags on your skills to interact with different things, so you're like customizing your character in terms of the actual build. But one thing that I saw a lot more, I mean,
right, that's where we're hoping that they buff it, because it's going to be weird, but we'll see what happens.
Stack armor, there are ways to convert that to damage. If you stack block, there are ways to convert that into damage. So there are so many different possibilities that we've been screaming pretty much everyone in the community, except I think even the people that don't play the game very often, most people have wanted an expansion of the skill tree. We need a little bit more complexity than nothing. So we are getting more complexity, at least in the systems that we saw in the demo, where you can't just think about it as offense and defense. You have to think about it in terms of how do they actually connect with each other. To me, this is much more fun and much better for the game. And in talking to one of the devs about, I can't remember what topic, one thing that they said is they're not trying to keep Diablo 4 as simple as it is right now. They are trying to build some layers into it. I can't tell you what a relief for me it was to hear that from them for like the direction of the team, because it is great to bring in the casuals. It is great to appeal to the masses, but Diablo 4 needs
Maybe, Mad
some
Dog.
more in a lot of its different systems,
never know.
in my opinion.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I go ahead, Woody. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to chime in about the complexity, especially of the skill tree. I know that a lot of people are upset at that, but I think it's fine to have the skill tree kind of like work as it does, as long as there's more complexity later on, right? And they tried to build that with the Paragons, but that was not really like, enough, I guess.
Paragon really
we had
isn't
like some
that tough.
seasons in the past, like season 2 with the vampire theme, where we had like, for example, the vampire powers, and that was like a really well-received season, right? Because you had like these extra powers that are basically just like 5 extra legendary aspect slots, right? But they were kind of cool. They had like varying costs and like potential in some combos. And there was like some extra complexity added during that season at least, and then kind of like we didn't really have anything like it again. But if they add more systems, not necessarily just like expand the skill tree, but there's something else that comes beyond the Paragons, beyond the skill tree, and something like those vampiric powers, for example. I think they can definitely like open up the build diversity and make it more interesting for everyone, and without really like shying away the casual players that log in, start a fresh season, and they see the skill tree. And I guess it's like one of the big strengths that it's so welcoming with the skill tree. It's like, okay, you go down, category by category, and it is fairly simple.
One sec.
But then there's also still like this min maxing you can do, and then there's other systems on top of it, which is very nice.
Yeah, at the beginning of D4, I was actually bummed out a little bit that it seems seemingly a little bit too easy. But when you then thought about it, it is actually, in my opinion, a very smart move, delaying that effect of, for example, when you first time open your skill tree in Path of Exile, right? Like maybe 2 or 5% of the people, or a very minuscule amount, goes like, oh wow, that's cool, but more than 90% just goes, oh no, I don't want to deal with this, right? And delaying that moment to a further later date, after people have already invested and gotten familiar with the game, I think was a very smart move. But as Woody just said, we need something on top. We've talked about this in the last podcast as well. Like just one more little, and not even one more, but maybe multiple other little systems that build on top of that, and they don't even have to be present at absolute level 1, right? They can come later, and I just hope that we're going to move more in that direction now, because yeah, I think it's just a smart move of actually getting your getting or keeping players to in your game, right? And I'm also, you said the skill tree system, you wanted to keep it how it is. I'm a little bit going forward in the topic list here a little bit, but we saw the screenshot. There were some skill points, and it showed 69 skill points.
Nice.
And exactly. And maybe that is actually the added complexity on top of everything else, right? If we have another layer of complexity added in a skill tree, we obviously also need some more passive skill points. How do you think about that?
So from what we've seen, what people have broken down, right, is
give all
the
classes
character was
4
at
weapon
max level
slots
at 60. It was like gold.
Quivers would be cool on
And then it had
rogues. I think
69
that would be
skill
sweet.
points. So theoretically, something is coming down the line. Whether or not that's what they were testing there, or something that's going to be in the expansion, obviously, like none of us can like really know or speak on. But let's assume that it's just true. It's just real. We already know that they want to add more skills to each class's skill tree. And if you look at the skill tree of the Spiritborn, like if you go back down and look through it, the number of like modifying passives that kind of work for everything, as opposed to your bleed, crit damage, do 8% more vulnerable, like whatever it is, were significantly like bolstered. Like there was just more of them. And then on top of that, when you got down towards like the final nodes, the ultimate modifying passives was like its own skill tree, just kind of shooting off the side of the node. There was like 9 different options.
We wouldn't get
with 3
more
different paths to go down.
We wouldn't get more skill
that
points.
Just modified what happened.
Like, yeah, we wouldn't get more skill points, Mad Dog. We would just have more skills to pick from. So you'd have the same amount of skill points. You just wouldn't have. You'd have a bigger pool of skills to build your character from. And then if they did that and then they gave us more Paragon stuff, then it would allow for more customization.
Coincides. I think it's coming. It makes sense. And my only fear is that it's just going to give us like a different spender on the other classes. And we're going to have to wait a long time before we see anything as cool as the Spiritborn skill tree.
The thing for me, even before going to the event and talking to the devs, which they have shared some of their like future plans with us that we cannot speak about today. But even before going in, think about what do we know about the expansion? Okay, we know how much it costs, and we know the release date, and we know that there's a Spiritborn class. In no universe do I think that that's all that they have for us. I was genuinely expecting there to be a bunch of other things, not just new additions to the game, but reworks of current systems. You can see that there's a lot of systems in the game that you know Blizzard is not happy with, and the reason why you know that is because they changed it 5 times during the course of the first year. For example, we're talking about, we think the level cap is 60, and then we're building something up after that. How many times have they tried to adjust leveling up? Like, it used to be like a...
Oh, come on. Come on, ads. Yeah, I mean, we need to have slightly more complexity than what we have now, but, like, that's it. It doesn't need to be PoE rough, but it needs to be something. Stupid ads. Stupid ads.
I mean, as you said, we know some things that unfortunately we cannot share, but yeah, there's like a lot of stuff that I think people are going to be excited about that I guess we'll hear soon. And we also don't know all the details. So I'm also excited to see like what exactly they will announce. But yeah, either way, there's definitely a lot more coming in the expansion. And this is like exactly what we alluded to earlier with like, you know, for example, extra systems, extra progression, extra complexity, right? So this is obviously coming in the expansion. And I think anyone who assumes otherwise is just kind of like not really thinking enough, I guess, about what is going to happen in an expansion, right? As Rex said, they are reworking a lot of stuff. So
when it comes to reworking, Meg also touched on this a little bit. After seeing Spiritborn, I was actually a little bit shocked. I was like, okay, when I saw this, not only from a build maker perspective, but also just from someone who wants to log in and play the game, I was like, why do I want to play a different class than this? Like, what is the incentive going to be?
This is a good point.
Onto something else. No, quite sure the developers are aware of that. What do you guys think? Are they going to... Rex, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay. Are they going to get the other classes up to par? And how quickly do you think is that going to happen?
This is under the assumption that Spiritborn is going to be the strongest.
I think everyone is And I don't know, I could be wrong. Like October could come and the statement I'm about to make could be completely wrong. And I don't know anything on this. I don't have insider info that's contributing to this. This is all just my own personal feelings. I'm not worried about the other classes at all, man. Cool. The Spiritborn is an awesome class. It's very, very cool. They've clearly put a lot of work into it. I don't think for 1 second they're going to leave behind the other classes. It would not surprise me if one of the other classes, I mean, Barb has ruled the world for so long. It would not surprise me if Barb
Barbarian's
is still
just
the
been the
strongest
best.
class on the expansion. I think there's a 0% chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
that
surprised
the
either.
Other classes are just going to get left behind. They will continue to get cool stuff. There's a huge difference between will the classes be at the level of the Spiritborn, and how does it feel? Well, the Spiritborn feels really good. It's new, it's shiny, tons of cool mechanics. So it gives you this illusion that it's better, but I don't think for 1 second that Blizzard is just turning a blind eye to the other classes. I think that's a 0% chance.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. So it's so easy to just kind of like make new builds, introduce some new uniques. They are reworking a lot of uniques now for Season 5. That alone will probably open up a lot of things that currently exist or maybe don't even exist yet. And suddenly, existing classes already have like, let's say a dozen plus kind of like, meta builds, I guess. Some better than others, but, there's like certain ways to build, like let's say Bloodthirst, certain ways to build Bloodlands and so on. Some of them are weak. But that is just like a tuning issue. And if they actually go back and rescale the entire game, bring like a new baseline of balance that we have seen with like the stat squish that is happening. So, they've lowered
The stat
numbers,
changes are
DPS
really
is lower
nice,
on the
especially to
weapons, and
Sork.
we have lower levels now and so on. So it seems like they're kind of trying to bring stuff down a bit to earth, but still trying to make like really cool and interesting effects that then you can build off of. And yeah, as you talked about, if they add more systems on top of that, then there's like an extra layer that kind of like branches out the builds, right? And then maybe you don't just have this one way of building a Blood Surge Necro, but you have like the minion version, you have the non-minion version, you have the one with uniques, you have the one without, you have the one with whatever, right? And that's just Blood Surge. And in the end, I guess they're definitely going back to this whole like idea of play your way kind of thing that I think they've been advertising at the start of D4. It's like, open, a lot of choices. And yeah, of course, over time, the meta has kind of like, crystallized with, the best versions of a Blood Surge build or the best version of a Twisting Blades build or whatever. But ultimately, there are still like all these like little choices you can make on the way if you want to. And
I mean,
the more
I agree to
systems you
disagree
get, the
with
more
Woody
of those
on
choices
that.
you can make and definitely diverge from, the standard, settled meta and make something cool and unique, even for the existing classes.
Y'all are crazy. The only thing that's going to make you go back to playing the classes you've been playing before is feeling bad about buying cosmetics for them and feeling like you wasted your money. No. So I want to use an example here because everybody's going to. I know. I'm making a joke. Everybody who has played new classes to a game, that class is always going to enjoy the privilege of being designed in a space with everything that they've learned up until that point. We only now are getting basic skill builds because people felt bad about needing to put points into basic skills. And oddly enough, when the game first came out, Blizzard expected you to have a resource generator and a resource spender. That was boring. On the Spiritborn,
God, it was so boring.
I commented on, which was like,
that was such a dumb system.
Basic skill is good, and it has a combo, and it has a payoff, and it initiates a system and empowers you. I almost didn't know what skill I was clicking because I was using my basic skill into my spender, into my activated cooldown, into my basic skill, into my ultimate, into my spender, into my basic. Like, it was a perpetual flow of combat, and that's going to feel really, really good. But oddly enough, when the Assassin and the Druid were added to Diablo 2, people kept playing the Sorceress. Why? Because they liked being able to play the Sorceress, what it had available to it. They were comfortable on it. People like to feel good at what they're doing, and they want to feel like they're being efficient or effective. So people who pick up the class and it's too 5-head, it's too Giga Chad, there's too much stuff going on, they don't understand how to do the combos, they'll go back to a more simplified but enjoyable play style. People who have been like desperately trying to play like a really combo focused rogue and didn't feel like that was necessarily available for them, they're going to enjoy this play
Well,
style.
I think most
anybody who's ever played a Necromancer,
I think most players like simpler builds. Like, I don't think players want to go, All right, I have to click 1, then click 2, then click 3, then click 4, then I got to right click, and then I got to left click. Now my build works. And then just, all right, repeat that same rotation again. Like, I don't think players generally want to do that. They just want to, like, click and go.
Obviously, everybody wants to play with a new toy, and it's just the hype will die down, and it'll get back to, you know, a normal distribution of people's desired aesthetic in a high fantasy RPG like this.
Yeah, I'm also like you guys touched upon this a little bit here as well with the combo and build potential. Like there's what's the name? Combined strikes. I have that open right here. Each different basic skill you cast increases all of your damage by a certain number for 10
Necrosis.
seconds.
They're talking about
not only
just
are
Diablo
you
in
getting
general.
a basic
in the
attack
expansion.
build right from the get-go, but you're also getting a multiple basic attacks right from the get-go. And I've seen, for example, Woody's complete screen-filling AoE feathers build. That was already very interesting. How are you guys feeling about the 5 heads?
Jay, what's up, man?
Almost necessary to get something going on the Spiritborn. Has anyone tried even experimenting with a single spirit? Or have you always thought I need to have double spirits to actually unleash the full potential of the class? And how did you feel about the complexity that this class brings in terms of making the build? Maybe Rex, you start us out with on that one.
So I think the complexity is just right, as we spoke about earlier. I think the complexity for everything else has been too low at this point. I'll tell you one thing that I'm specifically staying away from is when I got back, yes, people recorded videos of all the skills, all the passives. They went through the armory, this and that. They're missing the build defining uniques. But that is enough to get started.
You're excited about Spiritborn Necrosis? Yeah, I think everybody is, man.
I think that this is a complete waste of time. I think it's time that you have thrown straight into the garbage, because the build that we saw, I mean, we were sitting there at the lunch table with Bjorn, Spirit Bjorn, the guy who designed the class. First of all, not only are we testing several build iterations early, there's a lot of things that we just haven't seen. So you're like trying to assemble like a Lego house with like only 5 of the 50 pieces, and you don't even have the right 5 pieces. They've actually been interchanged out. So conceptually, it's very cool. I think there will be certain benefits to going all one spirit, especially with some of the unique.
Yeah, Jay, I think people like the idea of combos, but I don't think they would want the combos to be so complex where like you have to press for your combo to work. You have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 left click, 1, 5 or 1, 4, 2 right click, left click. Like I don't think people are gonna want a complex combo like that for the like your build to work. But if it was like press 1, right click, left click, then I think people are okay. And then your other 3 skills would just be support skills. You know what I mean? I don't think there needs to be a huge complexity or a huge like complicated like rotation of skills just to make the build work, if that makes sense.
But it definitely gives me flashbacks of the open beta back in like last month or something, and for like the fall launch, and people making those like.
Oh, Necrosis, I'm the same way, man. I'm mute Woody. Necrosis, like that's why like even going live today, dude. Like I'm just so bored. I have no games to play right now. Dude. I'm so bored. I really don't have anything to play until Friday when PoE starts, and I'm gonna blast that for what? I'm gonna blast that for how long? The season ends August 6th. So we literally got let's see, Friday this starts, so I get a week and a couple days. This ends and then the new season starts. So I get like a week and a half in the new PoE league, so I'm gonna have fun with that. But for today until Friday, man, these 4 days, I have nothing to play, man. Just like absolutely nothing. I am so bored out of my mind. It's crazy. Like there's just nothing to play right now.
And we have only seen level 30. But, you know, just like this whole
Jay goes, yeah, I feel that. Maybe like one mobility skill. Yeah, I think even for casuals, right? Because that's who you're speaking to the most. Like the combo stuff in or with the Spearborn, I think is very cool. You are locked into a two-handed weapon. Like you cannot use anything else. Like you have to use a two-handed weapon. So I think the combos are cool. I just hope that once we really start dissecting and building, that there's not like this super complexity of how to use a build. Because if that's the case, then I'm going to not play Spiritborn, and I'll just, like I'll play Spiritborn until we get to that point. But if it got to that point where builds really to work, I need to go, press 2, then press 4, then press 3, then press 1, then left click, right click, left click again. Now the screen's dead. I'm not doing that. I refuse. Like I'll play something much simpler.
Probably won't. And, the interesting part about it is like, the first week, for example, right? When everyone is going to blast the Spiritborn, like who is going to make the best builds? Who is going to make those guides?
Mad Dog goes, no games have that long end game anymore. Well, I will say this, and we've talked about this in the past. Diablo for me right now, because this is going to be the same thing in Season 5. Because really the only thing they're adding in Season 5 is obviously some changes, but as far as activities, you got the Infernal Horde, right? So you got that wave minigame. So we're probably going to get right now until the expansion, each season for me in Diablo, with how the game is right now, is roughly 2 months. We get about 2 months worth of content to do for me, and then I'm done and I'm bored. Like I don't have anything else to do, then we got a whole month of just like doing nothing. And then the PTR comes out, which is great. And then you got to hope that the PTR is not bugged. But that's just 1 week. And then there's nothing to do until the next season in Diablo, at least for me. So PoE is going to kind of be that outlet for me once the new one starts. So he said, I've been playing Elden Ring in college football. Nice. Yeah, that college football game is pretty sweet. But yeah, man, I mean, there's just nothing to play. And I know the boys have been blasting the First Ascendant, but again, I'm bored with that game. I'm like over that game. I'm like super bored. So
minimize size. Or whatever, they add an element to it. It doesn't really matter what the change is. You at least had an idea of what it was before, and now you can say, like, with that understanding, I can then formulate an opinion about how good this thing will be. Let me go test that. But so this was like a long segue, but or it was a long
Are we just getting old war? What do you mean?
Pure builds?
What do you mean?
I think there obviously will be, right? But when you really look at the system of the Spirit Hall, you have your primary spirit that gives you your primary spirit's bonus and says all your skills are now this skill type. All your skills are now Gorilla. All your skills are now Big Burb. All your skills are now Godzilla Centipede. The secondary one tends to
this
have
is a podcast with these four demon. They're just talking about the new
to
expansion of Spiritborn.
Kind of idea is so like the big monkey says you can now.
No, it's not like my age is kicking in, Mad Dog. Like I still enjoy gaming, but and like I've alluded to in the past, I need like a goal and I need things to work towards in a game. I just can't like mindlessly grind just to do it. So here's a good example. So in First Ascendant, I really enjoyed playing First Ascendant at first. We beat the game. And now for the end game, the only thing that I could work towards is either unlocking a new descendant or getting strong enough to defeat the bosses I've already beaten, but we're just beating them on a harder mode. So like, for example, with the Thunder Cage, the gun that I was using, in order to make that thing stronger, we got to farm for parts to make it stronger, right, on its ultimate ability. So when you think, and then I think about like the risk reward, or not the risk reward, but like the time that it's going to take for me to farm that and what's the reward for it. So to have the bonus for the Thunder Cage ultimate, I gain 2 more meters of the explosion, and then it's 100% explosion rate every single time. Well, the explosion rate is already like what, 80% because I've upgraded it once. And it pretty much explodes almost every time. So would I want to farm for like these very minimal increases? To me, it's not worth it. To me, it's not. That's why, like, you take Diablo, for example, where like you don't even need Masterwork 12 gear to beat the Uber bosses, the level 200 bosses. You don't need level 12 Masterwork gear. You need at least 4. You can do it with 4 with like the high-end builds. Right? But like you don't need Masterwork 12. So what do I need Masterwork 12 for? I'm not, unless you want to push high in the pit, which is something I don't want to do. An 8 is very easy to get to once you have one build that can just farm the pit. So like getting your stuff to 8 is really easy to do. And then the grind to 12 is terrible. So like once I got like almost every single build that I played last season to 8, like, well, what is there left for me to do? I have nothing to work towards. I have no goal. And then like in First Ascendant, to me, and this is just my opinion, maybe people who have played the Endgame and all that at the very, very highest end and having your guns leveled up like crazy, like, Moxie's doing. To me, it doesn't appear that I need to use a different descendant than even a starter descendant to do all content in the game. So like when you got the boss that's like, oh, they're weak to poison, so you play Freyna. Okay. Well, I still just beat the crap out of them with Bunny, so why would I need to use Freyna? Like, I mean, I guess it makes it slightly easier, but now it did only take me an hour to farm this stuff for Freyna, which is easy. Like, that was fun, but I don't know. I'm just, I'm like bored with games right now. There's like nothing to play. It kind of sucks. So when season 5 starts, we'll be blasting. And then like this Friday when PoE starts, we'll be blasting. But right now, man, it's utter pain, dude. There's like nothing to play.
That actually works. And that's kind of funny. I like that. For the race though, I guess when it comes to like actually prepping and like what I know right now, I would probably play mostly Eagle theme. Because I think Eagle's is going to like kind of scale the speed the most, thanks to the mobility.
Yeah,
and
Eagle's really good.
The quill volley, that seems very powerful. So this
Eagle's
is
so
what I'm
good.
aiming for, at least when it comes to like starting out in the expansion and just like blasting to max level and stuff.
There is a correct answer, and it is Big Winton. It is Big Boy Boss Man Monkey Winton. They just added Winston from Overwatch to the game. He even summons a protective circle around you, and he looks badass, and it's just awesome.
Macro Boy's trying to be funny, but he's not.
I think that if we're talking about what will be the best thing to start off with, just based off of the tools that it currently has, very much so, like Bird primary with a lot of the mobility from Jaguar, and then just like slotting in the survivability from using like a poison basic, says to me that you can just focus on doing primary damage, and even just like the life leech and the DR from using centipede skills.
Yeah, dude.
Is like,
it sucks. And when you look at like games like Once Human, I mean, like I don't want to start this game. Like, this game looks cool, but I don't think I'm going to play this. I almost started 7 Days to Die today just to continue playing that. Yeah, man, there's just like not a lot of games to play right now. Like, even like some of the like Diablo, like Slager's on Suicide, Makuna's on Elden Ring. Like, Raxus says Diablo 4 now, but like he was playing Path of Exile earlier. Same thing with Woody. Like nobody's playing Diablo. and this is a major problem, right? Because like Diablo has 3.6, but that's because you got like Rax live right now with Woody live right now. You know what I'm saying? So they're taking up like 2/3 of the people. So it's it's one of those things, man. And that's a problem with Diablo as opposed to like PoE or I wouldn't say last epoch, but basically like to PoE, man. There's just so much more to do. There's so much more to grind for, man. And I love Diablo, and we're gonna blast when it comes out. We're gonna blast season 5. We're gonna blast the expansion. We're gonna do everything, man. But excuse me, it does suck when we get to that like point in the season where the game is effectively dead, except for like your casual Andy dad who like just got home from work, put the kids to bed, and you know, kiss the wife after eating dinner, and then is like, all right, I get an hour to play this game. And then that's it. Like for those kind of people who are playing like the pseudo casuals, then yeah, there's always gonna like 3 months of a season is definitely worth it for them. Like they get plenty of content out of it. But for us or myself, I don't. Like I got like this season was the longest I did the most content in. In the year that Diablo 4's been out, season 4 was the longest. Like getting 2 months worth of content and stuff to do because of the new mechanics and blasting in the pit and, you know, tempering your gear, like all that stuff really extended the length of the game by a month for me. Because before seasons 1, 2, and 3, we were all done after a month. We were finished after a month with like nothing to do. So yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks, but Necrosis said, "What games do I usually play?" So I play ARPGs, I play shooters, I play some single player games, and then I like the survival games. Like I almost started up 7 Days to Die today because I really enjoy 7 Days to Die. Would I like set items in Diablo 4? Nah, not really.
Just to make your attacks burn, just to take these passives because they're burning, but the burning doesn't have anything to actually do with, 75% of the builds. I'm wondering if we're going to fall into that trap again with Spiritborn, where what's the easiest way to apply poison to the whole?
We're going to listen to this podcast as we're playing, guys.
And then, I play something else.
Is that? So
because I just got dungeons to do right now.
I hate when it's too simple. It's actually probably like one of my biggest first time playing the build critiques of the Spiritborn. I think it's actually too easy to figure out the puzzle. Like your Spirit Hall says all of your skills now have this skill tag. Any other class to do that typically has to use an entire aspect slot to change a single skill to do this one different thing to activate this sub system of benefits. I think the Spiritborn is kind of like...
Yeah, we're going to try to get some of these dungeons done. Because hardcore is a real thing at the end of every season that we're going to try to do. Hardcore might be a thing.
Activates an entire subsystem
just to play.
That you don't now need to spec into poison skill.
But I really think that PoE is probably going to fill that slot. So when Diablo dies each season, we'll probably just play PoE.
The concern would be if that's just like too over dominant in the meta, right? Like that would be the problem. Not just the reality of it, right? Or do you think it's just like bad if it does that altogether?
No, I mean, I literally live for interactions like that, and I'm even more okay with it because of the fact that it's an uber unique. I love stuff like that. Like there's no better feeling. Like you can see it in all these different games. There's no better feeling than when you're playing Diablo 2 and you get that jaw rune to drop, and now you have an enigma and it feels completely different. Or when you drop the mage blood or the headhunter in PoE.
Oh, agreed, 100%,
dude.
dude.
Just completely different from there forward. If you get an Endarials, it unlocks this ultimate build where you get all the poison stuff essentially for free, and you go the other spirits, and now you're just frying. I've got nothing wrong with that. The nature of my comment was not that I don't like that happening, it's that I'm afraid for centipede-centric builds. So I guess the main takeaway that I'm trying to deliver here is I hope that in the design, in the end game, that there is a reward for going very, very heavy into the poison, because if it just turns into a stupid put the firebolt enchantment
no
slot,
set
take all the
combos.
burning
I
stuff
gotcha.
and burning never matters. We've lost an entire archetype that could have been there that would have been one of my favorites.
I think it's like way too early to really talk about this level of detail here with the builds. Like personally, and after looking at all the stuff that I explained earlier, like I don't think there's anything wrong or anything to worry about here with the poison builds. they do seem like to have very strong scaling in the late game.
Yeah.
And there might be also ways to just play like a supportive poison, you know, kind of like Firebolt on a Stork, but there might also be ways to like pure poison with or without Andariels, and I have no worries about it. So I guess the rest is just like
Hi,
tuning
man. What's up, dude?
some aspects or some skills that really matter there. That can always be changed.
What you're looking at? The Frostblade looks good. I'm gonna start with Lightning Strike. I'll probably go Frostblade into Lightning Strike because you can't use Lightning Strike till 12.
What was Woody? You probably know.
But I'll probably play Lightning Strike. I was looking at it today, Hive Mind. So
on top of that,
that's probably what I'm gonna play.
It's called Harmony.
Harmony. There we go. That's direct.
Because that looked good.
Fighting against that helmet slot against Andariels, right? So we would kind of already have a solution or kind of like an alternative to that mythic.
You backed out of melee. You're going Pathfinder. Pathfinder.
Yeah, give.
You mean Warden?
Another solution to Andariels, right? Is maybe not as strong, but maybe
I'll be going Warden as well. Greetings, Freddy. What's up?
The people that don't have access to mythic uniques.
Yeah, I'll be going Warden with Lightning Strike is what I'm gonna do.
Honestly, this Harmony unique helm, yeah, it seems very crazy. Just like looking at like from the perspective of what we know about uniques right now, you know, looking at
Sunder till Endgame. Nice, Joseph. Hell yeah.
I have seen like a few previews of. Like,
I hopped on
this
PoE
Harmony
before
helm,
we
so
started.
basically what
We
it does
switched
is
to
it gives
D4.
you an extra
It
spirit attack based on your minor spirit hall, so you can now have 3 different animal spirit attacks. And you get, I think, 50% extra bonus damage for each tag. So guys, you get like a insane
Toxic
amount of
Rain
damage with the
Pathfinder?
helm, plus it has pretty decent stats.
Wait, what did they get
So it
rid
seems
of?
like something like that is clearly.
What was the
outperforming
thing they
something
got
like
rid of
Andariel.
on Ranger?
So anyway, unless you specifically make a build around Andariels, I guess, which may or may not happen. But it definitely looks like some very powerful item, and it's fine. You know, they can like include some powerful. uniques,
Raider,
and
that's
we
what
have
it
seen some
was,
other units
okay.
that I've previewed. For example, the basic attack stuff, like we talked about, like Macro mentioned this earlier. There's like, you know, the built-in, you know, combo potential.
Yeah,
already
Lightning Strike
for the
seems
basic attacks,
awesome.
and now they also make like an item that actually allows
Demon,
you
you're
to
not going a
pure,
melee
like,
build?
basic attack build right from the
Lame.
get-go, right? If you get that
Lame,
stuff,
dude.
like the squatter stuff,
Lame.
make that basic attack build right from
Lame,
box,
bro.
basically, that, for example, we previously didn't have until like very recently in Diablo 4, where basic attacks were just always useless in terms of DPS, with some exceptions maybe. And now we're gonna get delivered a package of, okay, you can play this core skill and this core skill and this one, and also there's like these other bunch of skills, and there's also different ways of scaling each of them, and there's also all these basic attacks that you can either use as a supporting skill.
I gotta remember
or
I'm
as
I'm on
a
hardcore.
DPS
I gotta be
skill, and then
careful.
You can probably play each of those basic attacks as a
Lightning Strike is melee,
build
yes.
defining skill, right? So it seems like there's like just so many build options that come out of the box with the Spiritborn based on what they have learned in the past 4 seasons, and I think that's really amazing. Like, if you're gonna launch, there's gonna be like, you know, 50 different versions.
What class?
of
It's
all kinds of
Ranger.
builds, and I think it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I'll show you real quick.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees that we're really looking forward to that part and exploring that and actually
How?
getting hands on. I'm very curious how long the line at Gamescom is actually going to be. I'll definitely try to get there early.
Dude, why do I keep getting
and
Smiter?
see if I can somehow get in front of the line there and get my hands on the Spiritborn to play that as soon as that's the case.
Yep.
For the next topic,
Ranger
the
Warden,
core
dude, with
in-game
lightning.
activity, and our wishes or ideas.
Lightning
for that.
Strike,
We
baby.
briefly talked about it.
I'm going Lightning Ranger melee, dude. Hell yeah. With
the raids
Warden.
and stuff like that. I want
Hell
to get
yeah.
your ideas or wishes for the co-op endgame activity here. Have you thought about it more in detail?
Dude, Jay, I'm doing it right now, man.
Mandatory to have
if you came in, Jay, right now, I'm doing the dungeon. So we'd put it on World Tier 1 and just do all the dungeons. That's what I'm doing right now.
Into the World of Warcraft rating section where
I'm
it's
finished with Fractured Peaks. I am on Skosglen now. Oh, that's right. You're on console. Oh, you mean PoE? Yeah.
10 billion interactions.
That would be cool.
Hopefully,
I'm not gonna lie. That would be pretty cool.
the correct order. What are your wishes or ideas?
That would be
going
gnarly.
into The co-op endgame activity, whatever that is going to be in the future. When
Ooh, they're talking about the co-op
Sacred expansion
thing.
releases.
I have breaking news that's going to drastically change everybody's opinion on this thing. I went into the emotes thinking that I would find cool new emotes and I'd be able to show them off on stream, like cool new effects and stuff. And there's a whole section of your emotes all the way on the right that have.
I don't know what it
whatever
is
called, like,
about
Citadel
some people. Some
marker
people just annoy
icons.
me.
that you're able to.
I'm not
add
calling
onto
out
your
anyone in
fast
particular,
wheel,
but
meaning that like theoretically you're going to have to, just like in WoW, like indicate in real time.
they're
targets
updating the
or
game.
objectives or
Yes,
different
dude.
things.
That's awesome.
They were like different colors and they just kind of looked like a star. There wasn't like, you know, the teal square and the moon and the heart and all of that, or the skull. But the reason why I think that that's interesting, and obviously like there's only 5 people who are like, oh, cool. I like the concept that they believe that players will need tools to be able to communicate in game. To be able
So
to
it should be a lot
whatever
faster.
tasks or whatever you're doing.
I mean, I think that's great.
I don't have so much like, oh, this is what I hope it is. This
Yeah,
is
I got
this
my
is
build
what-
already,
whatever it
Demon.
is going to be drastically different because, you know, they have to fit it into. a
Yep,
narrative.
I got my build ready to
But I
go,
really wanna
dude.
touch on that question of,
Lightning
is it
Strike, man. I'll do
okay that
Frostblades
this
first until I get
fully
Lightning
online
Strike.
multiplayer game has content that has the audacity to say you need to play in a group. Is
Season
that
5
okay?
or the next PoE League starts this
I actually
Friday.
think it's wild that we would even be having that conversation. Honestly,
Starts this
the multiplayer
Friday.
game has to have at least something that groups do, because why else am I even playing a multiplayer game? Like, sincerely, I get that we want to have a parity between single player and group play. I'm not disagreeing with that concept, but at some point it's got to be okay, and we don't have to like clutch our pearls that there's multiplayer content in this multiplayer game.
Yeah, so
It is multiplayer.
for me, when I look at
Yeah,
I've done a
PoE
lot
Leagues
of
are like
trading
Seasons, Freddy.
in
Yeah, they last like
games,
3 months. Yep.
And so I'll tell you something from Lost Ark that I don't like, and I'll tell you something from WoW that I do like, and then some other things about the Endgame activity. So for Lost Ark, there is a crazy level of toxicity in the Lost Ark rating unless you have a set group. It's actually unreal.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you queue up for a boss. You have however many it is, 8 people. They'll kick you out if you are not.
Yeah, if you're
the
new to
right
PoE,
base.
you follow a build
And then
guide.
when you
100%.
get in there, then you have to like all agree to fight the boss or all agree to leave, and there's lockouts and things like this. And when you have 8 people like random and you're trying to explain things, the level of toxicity when you wipe like once or twice, even if someone says, I've never been here before, let me learn, is crazy. So I would hope in whatever.
Nah, I wouldn't go into
how
PoE
you
blind, man.
lead
I
and
just
how
can't
you
do it. I don't want to
complete
waste the
the
time.
bosses. They've taken a look at how it feels to be a normal player trying to do these in Lost Ark, and as the difficulty ramps up, so does the toxicity. That's something that I'm hoping to avoid. One thing that I really like that
Dude, stupid ads, bro. Yeah, it would be really tough to play PoE. Like for me, not knowing enough about the game, it would take a lot for me to play it blind. I think I want to follow build guides until I learn and understand the game much better before I would try to just go at it, you know, but on my own merit. You know what I mean? For sure. Stupid Tomb Lord in every dungeon. What are you trying to play? What are you trying to play, Jay? Wow, that's better. Wow. Interesting. I still can't believe that Demon is not gonna play Melee when the whole season just got buffed in Melee. So sad, dude. Sag, bro. Sag, man. You can probably look up some builds, probably some type of mage or something. All right, we got those two. We got to go all the way over there, which was weird that, oh, poor Demon. Not even gonna try, dude. He was so destroyed by his melee guy this league that it has permanently put a stain on him playing melee guys. Demon has faced some trauma with melee in PoE. Serious trauma. He's like, I will never play melee ever again. I'm going to try it, man. I'm going to try. And here's the thing, too. With playing Ranger, like, if I end up, like, having to go back to a bow ranged build or whatever, then I could just do that because I'm playing Ranger. I'll be straight. But I'm going to try melee, man. I'm going to try melee. Should be fun. So we'll do that. We'll do that Friday, guys. All right, did they? All right, well, they're back.
And you know, if there's like enough to it, then
Yeah,
it's
this
really
build
fun.
is
Like
pretty good.
another,
Lightning Strike
mega
Warden.
dungeon. You know, I have this
Super
picture in
tanky.
mind of like Naxxramas.
36,000
Wow, you know,
armor,
like
pretty
there's
good.
4 wings,
97
3
crit.
bosses in each wing, and then you unlock
Yeah.
the extra boss at the end or something.
Oh, yeah, look
Like,
at
to
this.
do
All
something like
yellow
that,
gear,
and there's
too.
actually like this kind of like mega dungeon. You spend multiple hours, many
This
hours
is gonna be
in
fun.
a week, for example, playing through it, coming back, continuing, or something like that. I don't know. This could be really amazing.
There's so much
Just,
build
like,
diversity,
balance
Jay,
wise, I think.
in PoE that I don't think there's really
continuing
like too many metas, but
One thing
obviously
that
there is
that
builds that
I'll
are just like what
say,
people play.
Kind of in Blizzard's defense, I guess, is I would not envy being the developer of that system. Because I think unless you do an extremely good job, the solo people can come in and there's.
I'll post it. Hold
and
on.
It works for the blasters. And
Let me
it's
get through this dungeon
challenging,
real
and
quick,
it's
Jay, and I'll post
rewarding,
you this
and it
lightning
works
strike build.
perfectly. I think people are going to complain. I think they're going to have to get a lot of things very, very. Hi, Callie. It's I see you. Yes, I played with you twice already. How many times do you have to play? I think I do not envy their position. I would not want that job. So I'm going to try to keep that in mind when it comes out. If it's even decent, I'll give them big credit because I think that this game mode is going to have a bullseye on it. And I think
You want to see how it looks? I'll show it to you right now.
see
I'll show it to you
them
after I finish this
playing
dungeon.
months away.
You can see the
to
build
that
in
point, like,
action.
I want to use Infernal Hordes as like our newest cultural touch point. They put out this new roguelite system. It immediately got like a ton of backlash. One, like it wasn't good enough. Two, it took too long.
Jay, I'll post it in the chat.
Interesting enough, like it wasn't challenging, but on the other side, it felt like you couldn't do it on certain builds. And you know, based off the conversation that we had with them, from the season 5 PTR, it's getting a pretty sizable overhaul to like how valuable is it for the player's time. And when Moody just said, what if it's a raid that you do over the span of the week? You come in, you progress it a little bit further, you get to this checkpoint, you get to this boss. Like, could we see something like that in Diablo 4? Made me incredibly excited. I've been saying for a very long time, I wish that this was World of Diablo, and I get mocked in everybody else's chat every single time. It doesn't change how I feel. It's 2024. We're playing an always online multiplayer game. Everybody wishes that world bosses were more challenging and more interesting, and you show up with a random group of people, and you can't really talk to each other. Like, you can't really be toxic to each other. But everybody's like, oh, it's like not engaging
Why would
enough
we
and
want to be
important enough
toxic
and
to
not
each other?
having
Like,
a
your build
social
sucks, buddy.
stance. The moment that this content comes out,
Oh,
and
God.
people start having the reaction of like, whatever, just like absolutely shitting on it because it had the audacity to try something different in an ARPG. I also would not envy them, and I'm good as long as it's good and they're trying to make it engaging and interesting. I'm going to be on the front lines of like, shut up and just play the game and just enjoy something for once in your life.
Jeez, Macro Boy. I mean,
Heinously cool. And it would just be sick to do something else in an ARPG.
that's sad,
than
man.
Clear an entire screen with one.
I'm sorry, man. Just because somebody puts their full effort in and makes something that people don't enjoy doesn't mean we should just shut up and play the game.
100%.
Like, if they make something that sucks or a mechanic that sucks, then like, come on, bro. Like, that's just being a Blizzard fanboy, man. Like, where's the real criticism, dude? Like, you're just going to be like, yeah, this system sucks. Nah, man, just shut up and play, dude. Shut up and play, man. They're trying. Like, come on, man. You got to admit when something's bad. Come on, dude. That's a bad take.
Present it to you, and it's suddenly awesome, and you can't even remember how it was playing without it. And I really like that Blizzard is moving towards, and Diablo is moving towards, try it out.
Yeah,
see
exactly,
how it
man.
works, and then iterate on it and make it better. Look at Helltide. Where did we start with Helltide? Where is Helltide now? I think everyone here loves Helltide at this point. I am having a blast.
Dude,
in
why do I keep
Helltide,
getting
and
this
I just
same
hope that
stuff?
It's going to be
The same powers over and over
the
again.
same concept where we try out something and then improve it over the course of the time.
Yeah,
is
man.
also going to happen with the raids. Obviously,
Dude, that's like like Macro Boy, like bad take, Macro. I'm sorry, man. That's a bad take. Like, of course the devs are just gonna like do their best to make this system, but then when the system sucks or the mechanic sucks, you can't just be like, "No, man. Enjoy something for once in your life. Just shut up and play, bro." Like, wait, what? What? Like, what? Bad take,
go
man.
and take the
Bad
cube
take.
and put it on the pedestal while also tanking one slam on the other side of the arena, right? But as
Bad
soon as you
take.
go and do that with 2 or 3 or 4 people, maybe that is
Your boat. If it's higher, great, it's an upgrade. If it's not, then
This is the
surrender
build,
until you
guys.
Find yourself more boats. As long as you keep doing this, and white map gear does 1/3 of the DPS of the tier.
This is what it looks like. This is what Lightning Strike will look like when you're playing. Lightning Strike looks cool, doesn't it? Looks badass.
Some whatever world tiers. And
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's a
you know,
bad
you
take,
can't just
Macro.
make it accessible similar to WoW raids, where you
That's
have, like,
just
you
being
know,
a Blizzard
4 or
like
5 different
fanboy, dude. Like,
difficulties,
don't get me
and that's
wrong.
just
I
sometimes only
love
one
Blizzard
weapon.
and I'm a
Some people
partner and
slowly
all that
progress
stuff,
through
but
the
like,
higher difficulties with
you
their
got to
builds,
be able to provide
and it can be
criticism,
similar
man.
to that as well. I mean, why not, right? So maybe there's like some
There's no
you know,
world.
hyper difficult mode where you try it solo, basically, just by virtue of not having.
In that video, Demon, yeah, it's all broken down in here. Yeah, it's all early game uniques, all the armor and stuff, and it's all in the PoE or in the POB too.
Like, let's say a weekly lockout, let's say, right, like the bonus reward from world bosses. We already have that kind of, right? It's not nothing big, you know, but it's nice. You go there, you kill a world boss the first time in the week, you get some extra goodie, like, you know, why not? And if it's somewhere along those lines where it's like not mandatory to even do it at all, for example, or at least not mandatory to clear it on the highest difficulty, maybe just like, you know, getting less nuts out of it, or, you know, your progress a bit slower or whatever, right? I think that would be fine. Then you can, you know, potentially make the highest difficulty of it like crazy if you want. Just literally like, you know, a trophy clear, so to say, that doesn't maybe add more rewards to it. And then you kind of like stagger the rewards down a little bit with the difficulties, and there you go.
Do we think that the D4
Yeah, that's a
community has responded
dumb
well
take,
when they've
man.
Added trophy content, like our examples are Abattoir of Zir tier 20.
It's like I don't even want to listen to the podcast anymore. You know, remember like that was the equivalent. Remember when Riker went on to ask them questions during that campfire stream? It's like, bro, you're asking questions that they gave you. So you're just there. Like, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing opportunity. But again, you're just there. You're just there, dude. Like
they can't do that in a solo fashion. Like, do you think they would ask the devs to capitulate and change it?
Yeah, I actually asked that question because I had a lot of trouble understanding why they nerfed.
That's a
melee
terrible
bosses by
take.
30% HP, and I was for a long time trying to get to.
They're just talking about it, but
or why
I'm sorry,
everyone
that
was
is just a
complaining
terrible
that they
take.
Weren't able to kill the tormented bosses.
It's a very simple explanation.
That'd be like feeding your kid peanut butter and jelly, and they're like, I don't like peanut butter and jelly, and you're like, shut up and enjoy something for once in your life. It's like, what?
People said,
The
I
hell
don't
are you
care about
talking
the
about,
deleted
bro?
bosses, but I need to kill them for my
Like, what
seasonal
are
journey."
you talking
And
about?
that was
What?
as the chat was like, yes, I only
What
do that
are
because
you
of seasonal
talking
journey.
about?
I don't even know what the seasonal journey is.
What
If
is
I
that?
complete it or don't. It's not
Oh
present for
my
me.
god, that is such a
I
horrible
think
take,
if
bro.
it becomes mandatory even in that sense of a seasonal journey, then people have a problem with it when they can't defeat it or complete it. So even if you attach a pet to it, that's basically also almost kind of the seasonal journey, or is it not?
That's a terrible take, man.
All right. Okay. So there's a lot of like philosophical ideas here. So when you make this like pinnacle content, like I think as you and Woody are,
This is where like I love Rax.
if you put it as part of the basic little journey that people need to do to get their reward every season, that's not a very smart idea, right? Because a lot of people can't do that. So that's fine. But a different philosophy that I've kind of heard a little bit of this as a content creator in different games, which makes no sense, is people say, I don't want to try and I don't want to play very much and I want to get everything.
Yeah, exactly, Demon. I was just gonna say that. Isn't Macro Boy like one of the ones who's advocating for all these changes to Necro? It's like, dude, just shut up and enjoy it. Why are you offering or suggesting changes? Just enjoy Necro how it is.
And then they say, no, Rax, you're the one who doesn't get it. I play games for fun, so I don't have to train to be an Olympic skier. And I say, okay, so you're a game designer. Let's flip the script here. If you're designing a game and the difficulties ramp up, how would you design it so there isn't an additional reward for doing the higher difficulties, or at the minimum, at least a leaderboard? And then the response I get is, Rax, I don't care about that argument. I want everything for nothing. Not everybody says this, but a lot of people believe this. The simple fact of the matter is, there needs to be an incentive or a reward or chase items to try for.
Yep, I
However
agree.
they want to build that system is fine. If Blizzard says, we don't want to lock these certain uniques to the Uber bosses because then casuals can't make the build, fine, okay, I could go with that. But then they better do something like Macro said, where if you kill Uber Diablo on the hardest version, he has a 1 in 100 chance to drop himself as a pet. You have mini Uber Diablo as a pet. So, or something, or a title, or a mount that isn't an ugly, bloody horse, which is the same horse that you get for PvPing for 5 minutes. There needs to be an incentive. There needs to be a chase for all players. It's not just for the blasters.
Yep.
Sometimes
I agree.
chase items can take a very casual player to whatever you want to call it, an average player, or an average player to a blaster, some kind of carrot on a stick to chase for. I am so sick of the arguments about I want everything for nothing on the easiest difficulty, and I better have the same odds as everything. I think it's just complete nonsense.
Yeah, I agree with Rax 100%.
We're just like we're swinging at a lot of people in the community here, but it's
well, yeah, because that's what they all want. That's what those solo players want.
That the purpose of it is to give near endless chase and personal feelings of progression. World of Warcraft is a great example. There was the Insane title. You don't know somebody who had the Insane title. I was one of the many people who, it literally took me so long working on the Insane title that before I got it, they nerfed it so that it was easier to get the Insane title, and then I stopped caring about it entirely. I spent like a year working on this thing. It required you to get like every single reputation up to Exalted, which required you to have 2 opposing factions both at Exalted, and the only way to accomplish that was to sit in Booty Bay and farm this one particular NPC who had a very long spawn time, because the negative impact from killing it outweighed the positive, or the positive outweighed the negative. It was insane. I worked on it for a year. It was like one of the coolest things I was going to accomplish after the Seeker, and whichever one was that you have to do all the quests in the game. I also did that one. But these were awesome. What did I get? A little title above my head that when I walked you know, I was an alliance player, so when I was hanging out in Stormwind, everybody knew how big of a Johnson I had because I had these titles.
Alliance?
I don't know. Of course, I was playing a warlock back in the day. The only good options were either gnome or orc, or cat a bonus to your pet damage. Gnome.
That's the
actually had a
difference
bonus
between
to
a
your
friend and
primary
best
stat. It was the
friends.
only
Yeah,
deal,
no, I agree,
okay?
Jay,
He was
and I think
cool, and
that's
his name
why
was
like
Ula, and he was a Twilight.
I like Rax when it comes to like giving actual feedback. Like hearing that one sentence from Macro Boy, I will never, this is just me personally, I would never trust his opinion when it comes to criticizing something with Diablo in Blizzard, because he's not going to do that. Like if his mentality is, hey, they're doing the best they can, so it's 2024, you just need to shut up and enjoy it for once in your life, like that to me is just a terrible take, especially when you're like a creator, or when like if you're a fan of the game and you're really trying to play the game. That's just terrible, dude.
40 years. Life
That to me is terrible. Like, yeah, I do enjoy things all the time in my life. One of them is I want to enjoy Diablo, the game I'm playing, and I want it to be fun. I don't want to sit here and just shut up and not enjoy the game that I like playing. Sorry. So I'm going to offer as much feedback as possible. I don't want this game to suck. But since that's the mentality, all right, well, I need to stop hearing from you that Necromancer needs all these changes. Sorry. Why don't you just shut up and enjoy it for once in your life? Like, because now after like stating that, you can't come back from that, right? Like you just can't. Like, because that will be the default for everything. I gave it my best, so shut up and enjoy it. It's like, no. Absolutely not. That to me is silly. That's just my opinion on it. And that's why that's where I enjoy Rax a lot more when it comes to stuff, because it's like, no, he's being very, very realistic when it comes to stuff like that. And like if something sucks, it sucks. Like it doesn't matter if Blizzard put their entire heart and souls into it when they made it. The system that they made sucks. You know, like if it sucks, for example. A good example of this is like when in the PTR we tested the Infernal Horde system. Okay? They probably put their hearts and souls into it. Okay, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are very passionate about it. Does the system work? Is the system good? Does the system reward the players for doing it? The answer to all three of those questions is no. The system was very long to do, right? You didn't earn enough of the cinder things or the aethers, and the rewards were ass. So if I took Macro Boy's position and just said, you know what? This whole Infernal Horde system does suck unanimously among players. Nah, we shouldn't fix it. We should just shut up and enjoy it because it's 2024 and Blizzard put their heart into it. It's like, no, I'm the consumer. You know what I mean? Like, what? What the hell is that? What is wrong with you?
I'd be super happy about this.
I think one thing to also remember here is that as the seasons go by, Blizzard is implementing like basically a new gameplay system every season, right? So we had AOZ that became Pit. We're gonna get Infernal Hordes now. We're gonna get the raids in the expansion, and then
God, the raids are gonna be so awesome.
And you know, there's in the end, there's gonna be like 10, 15, I don't know, 20 different things.
I can't wait to get to the raids and listen to all the single players just complain. I can't wait for them to be like, well, this is bullcrap, man. All these players that have to play with people are going to get all this cool stuff, and we can't because we just want to play solo.
It might
Cannot
be more rewarding than the typical blasting session. For
it's going to be great,
right? If you look at the reward curve, like maybe the raids are here, but you can only do it once in a week, and then everything else like Helltide is here, and if it's like a one-time thing for a week or whatever, if that is how it works, then it doesn't really matter if it's a bit more rewarding and people skip it. and just do more hell sites instead. So, you know, I think this whole conversation here is kind of like irrelevant as long as there's nothing exclusive tied behind the rewards of this new raid system, and then they can do whatever they really want and not really care about what anyone says. You know, as long as they make cool boss fights, I'm in. You know, and not everyone wants to do cool boss fights. Some people just want to blast hell tides, and that's fine. So, you know, that might be just how it goes.
I don't know if I agree with anything that you just said. Like,
There we go, Rax. That's what I'm talking about.
raids are, here are some cool boss fights. They offer no good rewards. Go ahead and kill them. See you next week.
I didn't say they offer no good rewards. I said, you know, they might be slightly more rewarding than any other thing you can do for that week, you know, until you reach the point where you have cleared it. And then it's like, you know, you don't have to feel bad for not going into the raid.
But didn't you say they offer nothing exclusive? You can just get whatever you said they offer nothing exclusive, so you can just blast Helltide if you want all day, and that gives you the same stuff. Like
but the point was that, you know, if you, let's say you have to blast 4 hours of Helltide, where you could clear the raid in 2 hours for the same reward, for example. That was my point.
Right. So I think there should be. I don't agree with that. I think
I don't agree either.
In the raids, that's awesome and makes you want to go do the raids.
Correct.
What Woody said is still applies. If you don't want to do the raids, then don't go do them. Go do Helltides all day.
Yep.
That's fine. But I wouldn't. Oh, I'm designing the raids. I better not put anything exclusive or really cool in here, because then the guy who blasts Helltide all day will feel left out. If that's how you design the game, the game's going to implode. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
There needs to be cool stuff in the raids.
Okay, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be like, you know, titles and, I don't know, wings or whatever, right? You can literally have, like, let's say 4 different tiers of difficulty, and then you get, like, you know, a blue wing, a red wing, a golden wing.
Dang, Woody, him and Macro are on the same page, and Rax is just like, no.
No one can do it besides, like, you know, the 1% or something. That will be okay, but in terms of, like, you know, what you talked about, like making a build, you know, gatekeeping people from playing a certain build that they want to play or something, I think there should be nothing exclusive to that if you force people into co-op, for example, or even force people into like very difficult content at certain times in you know, a week, for example, right? Imagine you start a season late, like a month in, and there's like certain exclusive rewards. That
Dude, what's going on with these two?
That you're just a month behind on, and you can't even make the build that everyone else is playing because you just can't get the drops or something. There could be catch-up mechanics and whatever, but it's gonna complicate things, I guess. But, you know, cosmetic rewards, sure, and I don't know, if there's like, you know, kind of forced raids, then I think they have to be at least very careful with what kind of actual gameplay rewards they put.
The entire chat is like, they're like, what?
To very quickly get a hand on this ball, the question comes down to, is it okay if the content is better for getting actual gear or not at the end of the day? I want everyone to know how awesome I am. I've completed the raid. I'll take my cool Halo. Is that fine, or does it need to be also there's like exclusive gear to it? Like, are we going back to only Duriel drops mythic uniques? I think that's like that's the crux of the argument, right? Can it just be cosmetics and cool stuff and just proves how cool I am, or does it need to be gear as well? Because the moment that's gear as well, nobody who disagrees with the content can be happy about it. Like, it's just impossible. If they can never go do it, they can never get the gear, they never get to play the game that they bought. Because people didn't buy into an MMO, forcing that aspect onto them now, I think, would be a very bad choice. If it's just that doing the raid on the hardest one, at the end of it, you get a screen of gear, like a screen of random item drops, I think that's a good enough reward. Where it's like, holy shit, I did the coolest stuff ever. I beat the hardest boss. I'm going to have to do 10 trips back to town to pick up all the loot. I think that's fine. But it's, does this unique item only drop in the raid? Then you start to have issues, right?
What?
I think we're mixing two ideas. So one idea is who should be able to do the raid and clear the raid and reap rewards of the raid.
Which everybody should be able to do.
How godly and how exclusive should doing the raids be, the rewards within the raids? So to the first point, I think everyone should be able to do the raids. which is
Agreed.
why we talked about having different difficulties, right?
Right. Everybody should be able to do
I
it.
think everyone should get in there. I think everyone should be able to see almost all, if not all, the content without having to look up a build guide. I don't have to go to max roll. Whatever you threw in there, you can get in there. The normal stuff is real easy. You can see some basic mechanics. And again, diving into the second point a little bit that Macro is talking about, there can be exclusive rewards to raids. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as there is a difficulty that gets people within the raids. So you're asking me specifically, what would I do? I would put cosmetics and I would put new rewards in there.
Yeah.
To Woody's point, if you don't want to do raids all day, you do the raids until you get on normal. It's very easy until you get the one unique that you need. And another thing to understand is Blizzard has said that they kind of like the buddy system within their systems. One of the problems that they have right now is with Nightmare Dungeons. The only way that you get Glyph XP is in Nightmare Dungeons. And some people hate it.
Yeah, I hate
but
it
they
too.
hate it. You could have a buddy system where, okay, you want to go do the raids? You can get these exclusive uniques. You don't want to do the raids? You could also do the tormented bosses or something. That way you aren't forced to do it. But if you don't put anything cool and exciting within the raids themselves, I would consider the game mode a fail for everybody. It's a fail for everybody.
Yeah, 100% agree.
The casuals and the blasters. Most people will not consider it a good enough experience just to see a cool boss and kill it, because this is an ARPG. It's about replayability.
Right.
If you don't put a reward attached to that
Correct.
replayability, it's like a movie. And we're not doing a movie here. We're not playing an MMO where it's incredible to kill Illidan one time. Those are my feelings on it.
Yeah, said it very well here when we sent.
Yeah, I don't know what the. Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't understand what these two are saying. They're basically just saying, hey, Blizzard, put this cool stuff in here, and no matter what kind of mechanic you do, endgame mechanic, you can still get the rewards from everything. Like, if we went by Woody and Macro Boy's logic, why would I go fight Duriel when I can just farm Helltide? Shouldn't I, if I do either one of those, shouldn't my uber unique drop rate be the same? No, it's not. You're forcing me to go fight Andy or Uber Duriel because he gives the best drop rates for uber uniques. Why is that in the game? These two would say no.
Because there were 4 of us going out there, I did think we were going to play it. Like straight up, I did think that was going to be part of it.
I didn't, but the reason why I didn't is I asked them ahead of time. I said, are you flying 4 of us out to do raids? And they said, no. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go jump off a cliff, I guess.
That's fine.
With Soar. Yeah.
With Soar. Best skill.
Look, Woody's face is a little red. Macro Boy.
Well, you
guys.
just, said it there, Rex. Your trips in general.
Yeah, I disagree 100%. And again, that goes back to Rax's point about all these casual players, and I would say including these two now, is I want to do basically nothing and get everything. I should be able to go do Helltides and get everything in the game. Like, again, what's the incentive? What is the incentive for me to play Infernal Hordes? They're going to blow this season. Well, they're not talking about season 5, Chris. They're just talking about in general. Like, they were talking about like the new raids that are coming with the expansion in season 6. So what Macro Boy and Woody would say is in the new raids, they don't want, basically these two, they do not want. Yeah, I agree with you, Demon. These two do not want to force you as a player to do raids in order to get exclusive content or exclusive rewards. A good example of this is what happened when season 1 came out. In order to get the Lilith titles and that horse, what did you have to do? You had to beat Uber Lilith, or you could not get them. What Woody and Macroboy are saying is, to get the Uber Lilith rewards, you should be able to get those no matter what you're doing in the game. Stuff should not be locked behind content that forces you to do the content for the reward. And Rax is disagreeing, and I'm with Rax. Rax is saying, no, there should be an incentive for me to do it. Otherwise, there's not an incentive for me to go do the content.
Things. I really appreciated the effort and the care that they had in order to make everything work. They set up a bunch of...
Oh, they're talking about the trip. That to me is dumb. Because then I would argue, then again, my argument is 100% valid. If I want to go farm Helltides all day and open the chests, kill the monsters, fight the Blood Maiden, doing that piece of content, I should have the same 2% drop rate for Uber Uniques as I would get from fighting Duriel. Because even though Uber Uniques can drop in the rest of the game, I have a higher drop rate by fighting those two bosses. So if I want exclusively to get Uber Uniques, why would I do Helltide? There's zero reason to do it because I'll never get one. So I think these two just made some very dumb comments. Like, if Blizzard brought out the raise and just said there's shit rewards, kind of like how the Infernal Horde was in the PTR, I would have no incentive to do that piece of content at all. Zero. Like right now, even to me with the new updated stuff that we got for the Infernal Horde, the only reason that I would do the Infernal Horde is because you can guarantee getting greater affix items. It's guaranteed. Their argument is nonsense. To me, each individual piece of meaningful content. Yeah, exactly, dude. And that's the thing. Like, all these casuals, all these solo players are pushing the game to that side. It's ridiculous, man. That's where, like, a game like PoE or a game like Last Epoch will still, like, supersede Diablo. And I love Diablo. Like, there should be an incentive for me to do the piece of content. Otherwise, why would I do it? What rewards am I getting from doing it?
The expansion itself, we were eating lunch, and it was before we were going to be doing the live streams. And I was like, hey, man, I have like a lot of lore questions, you know, RIP to...
Yeah, I'm with Rax so much on a lot of this stuff, dude. It's like, what are we doing? Are we just going to like spoon feed and just like let somebody do like basically no content and just get all the rewards? Like, what is this? Yeah, exactly. There should be things. Because again, to their logic, why do I have to go do, which they did change, but like before, and you see it with the changes. Now that they both mentioned this, think about it, guys. Before, what did you have to do in order to go fight Grigor? You had to farm Helltides. Now, so the Grigor Living Steel was locked behind Helltides. Now it's not, right? Because you can do any piece of content and just get them. So you're not locked behind doing it. But as far as rewards for stuff, like Uber Uniques are the perfect example. I get the chance for Uber Uniques if I go fight Duriel. Therefore, it's locked behind Duriel. I shouldn't be forced to like, oh, okay. I never, like, because if the drop rate was 2% and no matter what you did, I would never fight Duriel. Why would I? Who cares? If every monster I kill gives me a 2% drop rate for an Uber Unique, why would I ever fight Duriel? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what Woody. I think Woody realized it more than Macro Boy because Macro Boy, you know, is like dying on the hill. But like, and then their other point is that it should be just cosmetics. There shouldn't be a power that is locked behind like raids, right? Because raids force you to play in a party. It's like, no, if you don't want to do raids, then you don't get that content. You don't get those rewards, period. That's your choice. It's the same choice as if you choose to play solo and you don't instead of like playing with other people. Yeah, to me that's just a bad take. I don't know. To me that's a bad take. I think that's a bad take. What would they be calling me for? After hours. And we'll leave. We'll let it go to voicemail.
I was going to be like really savage or something, and I was like, I mean, I'm not as nice as Woody or Macro, but am I seriously that bad? The relationships that you can build actually going there and chatting with them and experiencing that, it's actually quite incredible. Even I thought,
yeah, old school. Yeah, dude, I love it.
Also underestimated it. And another thing that I was
dude, yeah,
very happy.
And Jay Harrison, you saw Woody like try to backslide on what he was saying a little bit because I think he realized like, oh yeah, that was probably dumb to say. Because again, if there's no incentive to do the raid besides like doing the raid, like I don't get any rewards or any really good rewards, like why would I do it? It's the same thing with like think about how like the gauntlet has completely died in Diablo. Nobody does the gauntlet because the rewards are shit. I get more rewards by doing like a high level pit run. You know what I'm saying? Like I get more rewards doing that. Why would I do the gauntlet? I get nothing when I'm doing it actively. And at the end of the week I'm going to get crap rewards. Like why would I ever do that? That's dumb. I think he was just talking without really thinking about it. Maybe. Could be the case. I mean, that's why Gauntlets have completely died, because that's a piece of content where the rewards are shit. So you're just doing it to do it. Like, there's no incentive to do the Gauntlet, right? Because you can do, like, a level 100 pit and get better rewards or like more rewards than what the Gauntlet would give you. And there's no exclusive like pieces to get in the Gauntlet. There's none. So like if you're doing the Gauntlet, there's like nothing that you get besides I guess the personal satisfaction of getting, you know, a top 10 or, you know, rank 1 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't it about the leaderboards, Freddie? Yes and no. Leaderboards are a part of it, but there's still rewards for doing the content. So that's what I said. If you wanted the personal satisfaction of just seeing your name as rank 1, then that's fine. But Brumble. Yeah, there's like, so even with the, like, so for example, Freddie, like, I don't think the incentive of being on the leaderboard is enough for players to do that content. And that's why nobody plays it. There's no incentive. There's no reward. Yeah. Nobody cares about ranks because you get nothing from it. 100% true. Earth Strikers. I've already gotten that. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, nobody cares about the gauntlet, man. That's just what it is. Because there's no rewards from it. There is no rewards, brother. Yeah, good. I've been praying for you.
They say, all right, everyone go to your rooms and we're going to go out to dinner. Okay. Get changed, come on down. Fine.
How long do you know Woody?
like how long have I known him, or how long were we together, like in that day?
No, how long do you know him, like forever? Like, what's the time frame you know him for?
I think I met him.
How many years?
Maybe 6.
All right, yeah, we're done. We're done with that. We are all done with that. Well, because here's the other thing too, Chris. When you think about like the gauntlet was effectively basically what Diablo 3's greater rifts were, right? Because you would try to complete the greater rift and get to GR 150. When you got to GR 150, which was the cap, you would try to complete that the fastest so you could be rank 1. However, that being rank 1 was the secondary bonus, because in greater rifts, every single time you finish them, you got like what, 15 items? You got 15 items. You got those crazy, you got to level up all your legendary gems, right? And you got all the XP. You get none of those in the gauntlet. None. You don't get any of that. You're literally just completing the gauntlet to complete it. And then what do they go? Oh, at the end of the week, here's 1 cache with 6 items. Like, there's no incentive. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to do. So, like, when you're pushing the high ranks in the greater rifts on Diablo 3, you're still accomplishing multiple things. Like, you're earning XP towards your Paragon. You're getting 15 items, legendary items, every single run, which are set items, ancient items, primal ancients. You know what I mean? And then you're also getting the leveling up your legendary gems. So you're getting all 3 of those things on top of like trying to become rank 1. In the gauntlet, what do you get? You get absolutely nothing. You just like do the gauntlet, you complete it, and then at the end of the week, you get one cache that gives you like 5 items. Like, so where's the incentive for me to do it? Because just for me to do it, to see my name rank 1 isn't enough. And I don't think it's enough for 99% of players. Jay said, even in WoW PvP, where there's leaderboards, you still got to hit to upgrade PvP gear, and rewards are everything. Exactly, man. Rewards are 100% everything in the ARPG. Or any kind of like looter shooter like First Ascendant or Destiny. Like, there needs to be rewards. And I 100% don't support the idea of like, oh, hey, I don't want there to be exclusive rewards behind content. To me, I don't think that's a good thing. And I don't think that should be something that's like celebrated in an ARPG genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think that. Oh, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Dude, guys. Diablo. Bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gimme, 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 bro. They got him in the shop, dude. Let's go. You get your name on a board that shows everyone how good you think you are, and it's not. Yeah, I mean, Pookie, what's up, man? I'm doing great. How are you? Welcome over on Twitch. Yeah, Chris, I mean, but for some people, so here's the thing. For some people, they enjoy just seeing their name on there. You know, it's kind of like how Macroboy was saying, like, in WoW, when he was trying to he spent that year trying to complete to get that title so he could show everybody, like, you know, flop his big D all over the place because he did, you know, this piece of content, which I think having those things is really good. Like, think back in season 1 and season 2, like how many people were asking to get carried for Lilith because they really wanted the Lilith titles and then the horse. You know what I mean? They really wanted those things. And that was like kind of like, hey, a slap in the face to you. Look, I defeated Lilith and you haven't. So I like those things, but those things should always be behind a piece of content. They should always be locked behind something difficult. It shouldn't just be, oh, I get this stuff because I'm just playing to play. Like, to me, that's not cool. To me, that's not a good thing. And there needs to be rewards. Pookie said, my stream journey is going pretty good. We're grinding. You know, it shouldn't just be I can get any kind of reward from any piece of content. I will never agree to something like that, ever. Because then when you think about when you do that, the 90% of the casuals will never fight this person. So, and here's another example of this. Think about how much they've changed, how much XP you get, and how much faster you can get to level 100, because 70% of players that are playing Diablo 4 have not reached level 100. So therefore, because they couldn't reach level 100, they couldn't get to the end game. And therefore, they couldn't go fight Duriel. They couldn't go fight Andy. They couldn't go fight these bosses. They couldn't go do this, you know? Oh, boy. And it glows in the dark. Ooh, I'm about to get that one. Oh, my rogue black t-shirt. Oh, Heartseeker, come back to me, baby. I got to update my store, too, guys, with all my new logos and stuff. Oh, I really want a polo. Oh, there they are. There they are. I'm not a big fan of the jerseys, unfortunately. Do they got the hoodies in stock? I got to get the rogue one. Do they not have the hoodies? Oh, there goes one. That's just a long sleeve. Ooh, okay, cool. We're going to have to get some of that stuff. By the way, how long have I been streaming in general? I've been streaming for like probably 4 or 5 years, maybe 6 years. Like, it's like 5 years. I've been off and on streaming. I haven't streamed consistently for that long. I've streamed consistently for 2 years now, and I do more YouTube videos than actually streaming. Streaming is kind of a secondary thing that I do, Pookie. My priority is making YouTube videos, which is why you don't see a lot of people in my streams, because we don't like focus this. But you're only number 2 until you become you're only number 1 until you become number 2. Those are sweet. Yeah, I seen a meme that was a druid and it said, "This is Dave," and the other Spiritborn, and it said it was Cooler Dave. Freddie goes, why would you say you think you are? I mean, unless the game sport is cheatable, leaderboards show how good you are. It is narcissistic. No, I mean, I think leaderboards are cool. I don't stream every day, Pookie. Nope. I stream 4 times a week. 4 times a week minimum. I mean, I think leaderboards are cool. I think having like exclusive titles for completing very hard stuff is awesome. I think those things are great. You know what I mean? I think I think that kind of stuff should be in the game. You know what I mean? I always bring this up when it comes to like MMOs or RPGs or ARPGs. So if you guys remember back in the Knights of the Old Republic, it was a very hard achievement to become a Jedi. So you had to spend like hours and hours and hours on the game. You had to complete all these very difficult tasks. And once you did all this, the quest line, you would eventually unlock the ability to become a Jedi. That was a very hard thing. So when you did do it, it was like, hey, check me out. I'm a Jedi and you're not. You know? So, but then all the casuals and the majority of players that were playing said, oh, this isn't fair. It's too hard. And then they eventually changed it in the new one where you could start off as a Jedi. So, yeah. No, Pookie, I don't, man. You probably shouldn't come into a stream trying to self-promo, bro. Yeah, that's no bueno, man. Not cool, dude. Sorry, Pookie. Weird, man. God, dude. People just have no manners whatsoever. No manners. Just no manners. Where is this guy? You know, part of me thinks that in the social media world that we kind of live in, and even when it comes to content creation, I think people are so, like, shameless. Like, they're just, like, they have no etiquette. It's just, like, who cares? I'm going to shove my name out there down everybody's throat, no matter what it takes, until I make it. Like, holy crap, man. That's just crazy to me, dude. Like, good lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, just no, like, honor. No, like nothing, dude. Just, like, don't give a shit. Like, I don't give a crap about your stream. Like, if I was a big streamer and I had all these people in here, they're like, I don't care, dude. I'm just gonna, yeah, no pride. I'm just gonna, like, force my name onto you. Check out my work. I'm gonna be a streamer. Somebody come check me out. Like, good lord, dude. Like, that's crazy. That's so wild. Yeah, it was over on Twitch. So I timed him out for 24 hours. It's just like, dude, that's not how you network. That is not how you do things at all. But again, you know, we live in a much different world now, man. Streaming definitely isn't what it used to be at all. Streaming is not what it used to be whatsoever. Don't get me wrong. I think everybody, even including myself, if you're a content creator, like, obviously I want to make it. I want this to be my full-time thing. But, like, I'm going to go about it like an honorable way. I'm not going to, like, take shortcuts. I'm not going to, like, self-promo and just throw my name out in other people's streams and stuff. Like, that's so disrespectful, man. So disrespectful. Like if you're like an artist and you want me to look at stuff, just send me a DM. Don't be like nonstop talking about it in my chat. Like that's just crazy. Like what? Oh, real quick, guys. Side chat so we get off that. I did complete every single thing in Diablo 3 Season 32. Ooh, I got a scroll. Oh, scroll of escape. Nice. I did get all of that done, so if people want to grind out and need power levels and stuff, if you're playing Diablo 3 this season, let me know. Because I completed my seasonal journey. I got all my cosmetics, which is sweet. So if any of you guys are still playing D3 and want to get that done, just let me know. I'll power level you quick. Drop that hammer, Nova. Alpha Tango, what's up, baby? How's it going? What's going on, my dude? People work their whole life to build a following. Yeah, dude. I mean, like, even in the time that I've done, I've accomplished more in my last 2 years, like, content creating, than I did in my first 3 or 4. I mean, and all that's on hard work, man. That's, you know, and I know I'm not the best at social media or, you know, streaming and stuff like that, but, like, man, like, I'm at least going to go about it my way. You know what I mean? DK, what's up, dude? In my settings, can you make your scroll? Yeah, you could do it in here. You could do it in here. And then like you can hotkey it. You can hotkey the scroll in hardcore. Yeah. But I'm not going above World Tier 2. I'm just trying to complete my renown. That's all. So I'm not going to be doing any like challenging content. Yeah, man. Yeah, you can hotkey it. Which is a good thing. I went the wrong way. Yeah, man. I gotta go that way. Gotta go that way. I'm stuck. Oh no, I'm frozen. Cool, thanks. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problemo. Spin to win, dog. Spin to win. Hey, Ward, did you have a hard time at work with the... No, it wasn't too bad, actually. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It did cause me to be at work that one night a couple nights ago, guys, till 11. I was stuck. Which really sucked. So I guess it affected me that way. Because it made me stay late. Ooh. Increase the cooldown of my brawling skills. Ooh, that's an interesting ring. Yeah, it was. We were okay. We were all right. It wasn't too bad.
That one longing to be thinner, this one wants to bear the price.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but there was a lot of flights and stuff that got canceled, delayed, etc., which messed everybody up.
Hi, Warlug. What's up? How are you doing? What have you been playing lately? Are you just on Deebs until the next season? That is sad. Wait, what's sad? Sorry, there's a lot of chats happening. I'm trying to keep up with everything. Maybe you should say Milky Wilky just in case. You want some Milky Wilky?
Right.
That was just for you, Sad Supergirl Gaming. How's WoW going? So long since
I can't do that here. Luckbringer. I mean, I lose the strength in max life. I don't really need that. That's fine. So I already have Berserker's banned. Okay, I don't. Okay. I don't know if I need accelerating anymore. I kind of want to put this on. Oh, I'd have to trash it. Yeah, I'd have to trash it. Okay. All right, well. I will swap this one out, though. And then I'll put the Iron Blood on there. I've been trying to build a DBZ-like character in Elden Ring. Ooh, with the Azura Beam? Nice. I like that. I don't need that. So we'll do Iron Blood because we are making stuff bleed, which is awesome. Berserk Ripping. Oh, what? Oh, crap. What did I have on this, guys? I don't need Rupture. What can we put here? I guess we could put Elements. Ooh, Inner Calm actually isn't bad. Retribution isn't bad either. Ooh, I got Edge Masters. That's not bad. Let's do Intercom. Yeah. Yeah, let's do Intercom there. Berserk, Dust Devils, Dire Whirlwind. I don't want that. What was the thing I just put in here? Yeah. Wait. What was that? Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right, we'll put this in. Cuz it'll reduce my oh, Charge is brawling too. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, cool. Sweet.
Not while I'm in town.
Awesome. All right, let's keep rolling. Level 4. So let's see. What are we at? Hold on, let me see what this call was. Oh, psh. I'm about to give me some of them shirts. Okay. All right. So we have 14 more dungeons. No, 16 more dungeons times 40. Wait. No, 11 and 5. Yeah, so 16. So just by completing the dungeons, guys, we'll get to 600. Because 16 times 40 is 640. And we only got to get Okay, cool. So I don't actually... Did I explore all of this? No. Wow, okay. All right, fair enough. All right, so that's what we'll do, guys. We will finish this, and then I will be going to dinner. So I got 16 more dungeons to do. Should not take us very long. I actually kind of want to go... Actually, let me do this real quick. So that way I can speed. I'm going to do this real quick. We're gonna put some more move speed on my boots. We're gonna try to put some move speed on my boots. I don't have any more move speed on my boots, but we're gonna try to put some move speed on my boots so we can get through this faster. Enchant. So we can get rid of leap for move speed. Okay, so it's 4 apiece. Leap again. Weird. I just keep getting the same stuff. You gotta be careful, though. I'm gonna lose all my money. Come on. One last roll. Aw. All right, I guess I'll take the armor. Bummer, dude. I just spent all my money. All right, we got movement speed. Oh, come on. Don't do this, guys. Come on. There we go. All right, we got a little bit of movement speed, and I spent 1,000,000 gold. Look how fast I went through that. Golly. Oh. Yeah, we'll get this done, and then we'll... Yeah, man, hardcore is rough. And then we'll then I'm gonna go to dinner, guys. That Comet Azura beam though, Jay, would be sick, man. Let's go, dude. I know the berserking will help me get through here. I am just sick and tired of all these Animus ones, but you know what? It's better than kill all, so I can't be too upset about it. You know what I mean? I can't be too upset. Gosh. Hey, my axe reached 10, dude. Let's go. All right, so now I can go into my skills real quick and do it on auto select. Oh, which is still my axe. Okay. Now that's done. Which is great. Now I'm going back that way. Straight blasting, dog. 16 of these things. So I guess it's just a chance for my cooldowns to be reduced. I guess that helps. Wait a gosh darn second. I wish the Animus would just appear as soon as you kill them. There shouldn't be a delay for them to get through their animation. I think that's more or less me just nitpicking. It's not terrible, but... Activate the stones. Am I getting... Oh, I have to be berserking for me to get the cooldown bonus, right? It doesn't feel like it's working. I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Maybe that ability is not... Now we're zooming. I'm literally just trying to blast through here. Oh, the gladiator. Nice fight. Good fight, my man. Ferocious Rage. That might be a good one to put on there. All right, we got 15 dungeons to do. I'm just kidding. We're not going to be able to get them all done, guys. We're just going to have to go till 7. Oh, I need to go back. We're going to go almost to 7 o'clock. I need to charge my phone. What's for dinner? Don't know yet. I got to pick a restaurant, man. It's probably going to be an American burger grill place, is what I'm thinking. I think that would be kind of sick. Go get me a nice burger, man. I'm feeling real hungry. Feeling hungry. Yes, sir. What do you think will be the best Sork build in Season 5? It's probably going to be Blizzard. It's going to be a Frozen skill. I think it's going to be 100% Blizzard. Yo, what up, Trip? Or Rolando, what's up? What's going on, man? I probably should have picked that up. Orb is going to be insane. I also think that Blizzard is going to be nuts too. Orb might be a little bit stronger because you can go for the straight cold damage. I still think Blizzard, you're going to be able to do that too, but the small nerf that Blizzard got for the ice spike thing, that probably is going to hurt it, but I still think it's going to be a very strong build. So I'll probably start out as playing ice shards, and my goal is to get to a blue rose as fast as possible. As fast as humanly possible. Like, I want a blue rose as fast as possible. As fast as humanly possible, brother. You know what, though? I was actually very surprised. Like, 5 beams would have been nuts. But I was actually really surprised at how good Incinerate was. Not only during the leveling, but like just like until we swapped. You know, it was actually pretty dang good. Is there an image of the new blue rose? Yeah. Well, there's not an image. There's just the stat lines that I showed you guys. Yeah, we could put the rage there instead of this. Oh. It's just increased cooldown. But I will be starting off as a Sork, that's for sure. Oh my god, I really got to go all the way back. Good lord, man. Let's go. Let's go. We got to get down there, man. Oh, I went to the wrong spot. It's the drowned sea hag. Just watch her die. Ooh, Numbing Wrath. Nice. I hope I'm wrong and the buff sword gots make a difference in boss damage. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta sell. I gotta sell. Gotta sell. I guess I don't understand that statement. If Sork's got a buff across the board twice, I don't know how that would make their damage against bosses not better. Right? You still think Sorka's going to have boss killing problems? I don't know, man. 50% buff is pretty crazy. I don't know how that would make him not be able to kill bosses, but again, you never know. You never know, man. You never know. That buff may not be as good as we think it is. It may not be as good. You wanted to roll Sork, but Barb was too good? Oh, yeah, dude. Again, man, Barb still might be the best class next season. So, Barb still might be the best. So just be on the watch out. It still may very well be the best. I'm pretty confident that Sorceress is going to be pretty good next season. I'm pretty confident about that, but just because of the sheer buffs. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Oh, I missed the goblin. Come on, bruh. I think Sork's going to be pretty good next season. If those numbers are correct, like if the numbers that Don and Rob calculated, if those numbers are correct, then I don't see Sork having any boss damage issues at all. Because a 50% buff is pretty good. However, but then when you think about it, a 50% buff on top of what they were already doing just doesn't seem like a lot. You know, because when they were already struggling, 50% on top of struggling doesn't make it like insane, right? So we'll see. But I'm gonna start Sork, and I'll probably start Rogue after that, because I think Rogue may be the best class. I don't know. We'll see. But Barbarian could be the best again. Good old Barbarian. Still sitting at the top. All right, where's this stupid thing at? I'm hoping Heartseeker still works. There's some people that are speculating that Heartseeker might be still working insane. I don't know. We'll see, man. I hope it does. I hope it's great, man, because I love playing that this season. And if it is, I'll immediately swap off Sork and start a Rogue. Like, immediately. Like, I'll swap off Rogue so quick. I predict Bone Spirit is going to be the best build. I mean, you never know, man. You never know. It could be. It could be, man. Bone Spirit for the win. Bone Spirit for the win. I do like that the neutral buffs to damage for all the classes and Barbarian not changing is good. I think that closes the gap significantly. And then the extra buff that Sork has should help. Druid might be the worst class. I don't know. Or Necromancer. One of those two seem like the worst. Poor Druid. Yeah, dude, it didn't get any love, man. It got no love whatsoever. Ooh, Undying. That's good. Ooh, Metamorphosis. That's nice. I like that. That's good. Sundered Ground. Okay. Sundered Ground. Yeah, poor Druid, man. I know DT's like ripping his hair out, but just sucks, man. Druid just doesn't get no love. No love whatsoever, man. Druid's not in like the worst state though, you know? Ooh, I might actually take this just for the move speed. Yeah, I might take that. I might put that on just for the move speed and not even worry about the power. Or you know what we could do? We could keep the power and then just put on Ancestral Charge on this ring. All right, where are we at? We got that. All right, we're going up here. It just seems like everything Druid can do, Spiritborn can do better. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, you're going to be forced to shapeshift with Druid. I mean, unless that changes, you're just going to be forced to shapeshift. You'll lose, you know, 30% damage if you're not shapeshifting in Druid. So, you're pretty much forced to shapeshift in every single Druid build you do. You know, which is, you know, it is what it is, but it's still kind of like, man, I wish that was not the case. Yep, like I wish that was not the case and we could just do it to do it. But it kind of is what it is, you know? Brotar! Is it even refunding? I don't think it's refunding. Okay, good. I'm glad this is just a dead end. I mean, Druid shapeshift, so it's within the means of the character. I mean, it's kind of like, you know, for the whole time that we've been complaining about, like, Barbarian is bound to using the shouts, or Sorceress is bound to using, you know, all of your defensive skills. It's kind of like now Druid has found its spot where it's like you're bound to, you have to shapeshift. So, which sucks, but like, it is what it is. That's right, sucker. Druids with their companions are punching air. Yeah, dude. Spiritborn's going to be pretty strong, man. Spiritborn's going to be pretty tough. I think it's going to be a class a lot of people are going to like. I really love the Eagle. I love the Jaguar. I think the Gorilla is going to be awesome, but the lifesteal of the Centipede is just going to be too good, man. It's going to be so good. I think you're going to be able to pair Centipede with pretty much anything in some form, one way or another, even if it's only using like one or two of its skills or just one for the lifesteal. Where are you? It's probably back this way. Ooh, we got a ring. There he is. Oh, yeah, dude. Yo, Naz, what's up, man? Yeah, man, the Centipede has lifesteal built into pretty much everything. Yeah, it's kind of like that's what that does, you know what I mean? Oh, let me put my phone in the charger. Perfect. All right, guys, we don't have much longer. I got elements again. That is a good ring, though. Iron skin. Ooh. Ooh. Let's try that. Instead of basic, give me iron skin. We could put iron skin on. Makes me unstoppable. All right, we got that one done. All right, now we're going up here. Then we got a couple to do here, it looks like. Yikes, bro. Yikes. Yeah, it does, Jay. It affects it in Season 5. So Whirlwind will be much faster. Yep, attack speed affects it directly. But all the nerfs to the bleed stuff made Whirlwind weaker. So the attack speed now is just like... It's like, oh, okay, you made attack speed factor in now, but now the bleed stuff's all nerfed for it, so it kind of sucks. It's like one of those things, you know? Got you, bro. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, but they nerfed all the bleed stuff, man. So now Whirlwind Barbarian isn't as good. It isn't as good anymore, man. Yo, CG, what's up, man? All my information is in the description. It's also on my Twitter. It's in my Discord. Oh my God, we're killing. It's a kill all. Oh man, I forgot to sell. Darn, I forgot to sell that last time. CG for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. I mean, Barb got a huge nerf, man. So it's kind of, it was warranted for sure, but we'll see what happens. I don't think Barb is going to be completely shafted, but we'll see what happens, man. I think Barbs are going to feel a little less. They're going to feel a little worse to play, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I forgot to sell all this last time. What did they cap gushing wounds to? I can't remember. 40% or something like that. It's kind of like an insane amount. It's so low. I think so. I'd have to go back and look, but yeah, I think so. It's real bad. It's so low. It's so low, man. Nine more dungeons. I don't know if I have to do this one again. I'm gonna go do that. I know I got to go do that one. Yeah, bleed got nerfed the most. Like bleed is pretty much dead. I would guess bleed is pretty much dead. Yeah, I don't remember if it was 40. It might be 60%. I think it'd be 60% is what it is, but even at 60%, it's an incredible nerf, man. Incredible nerf. Either way, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Either way. Either way, it's bad. All right, let's go, man. I'm going to do like one or two more dungeons, guys, then I'm going to hop off. Then we're going to go to dinner. It's time to eat, baby. It is time to eat. Oh, it's this one, eh? This hardcore journey sucks. Trying to get all this done is a pain in the butt, man. It is a real pain. I'm going to tell you that right now. We got 3 more zones to go. 3 more. It's so rough. Guys, don't do this if you haven't done this yet. I don't want you guys to go through this pain. This pain and suffering. Yeah, all the key passes for Barbarian got hit pretty bad. There's all my gold. Oh, that's an event. Whoops. Nice. That means the other one's this way. It's probably down here. No legendary? Oh, nope. Okay, so it's up here. Not taking no damage. Bam, dude. Yo. Spin. Dang. No legendary again? What is this? All right. Sunken Ruins is done. T-Pizzle. T-Pizzle. Maybe I did sell the last time. Okay, I'm just not getting a whole lot. All right. Fair enough. All right, let's go back to the map. We just did that one. There's one all the way up there. All right, we'll go do this last dungeon, guys, and then we'll hop off because I got to change and stuff and then go to dinner. Go to dinner. Oh, you SOB. Dang, I drank all my water. It's all gone. All right, let's go. Let's go, bro, Namath. Let's get it. Let's get it going. Let me see something. Oh, nice. All right. I think we got to get... What's the tricky... Oh, I can just run all the way through now, can't I? That's right, because we completed it. Ha-ha, monsters. I think this one has the hag in it too, doesn't it? I don't know if some people agree, but since Barb could only hit 150 in pits, they should have left Barb alone. Yeah, that's what they're doing, Demon. They're doing that with the flat damages on the classes, but obviously the nerfs to the particular skill set is what is, you know, what they did. But as far as flat damage, like, there's still going to be Barb's builds that probably can still do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. That's the guy. Edge Masters. Wow, even more damage. Yeah, give it to me. That means I can finally, like, get this power gone. Awesome. Ooh. Accelerating. Barb wasn't so broken that he's beating unbeatable content. That is true. That is true, man. Even if they didn't touch the bleed stuff and they buffed everything kind of like how they did, I still think it would be good. I still think a lot of people would still play Barbarian, though. Especially in Season 5. Yeah, man, I wish they didn't mess with Heartseeker, dude. I really genuinely wish they didn't, but all we can hope is that they kind of make a slight change to it to where it's not as bad, but it won't be like the Heartseeker we've been playing, which sucks. Oh, no, it's over here. I think they should nerf pit bosses. Well, they already nerfed them once, so people could get to level 60 or pit tier 60. Because remember, keep in mind, the reason that they did that was because majority of players, it was like 70-something% of players wasn't reaching. They couldn't even get to tier 60 in the pit. The majority of players, like 2/3 of the player base, couldn't even get to tier 60. So, all right, which one is better? This one. Now I can finally put Dust Devils on everything. So sick. All right, let's put Dust Devils on here. Yeah, that's fine. Bam. Then I guess what we could do is just go try to temper it back on. Chance for Dust Devils to be cast twice. We'll just leave it. It's not a big deal. I should just try to put that on everything. All right, cool. All right, where are we at? Let's see. We're at 16, so we got 9 left. So 9 left. My phone's over there, so I guess I'll have to put my calculator on, but 40 times 9. What is that? 9, 18, 27, 36, 360. So all we got to do is complete the rest of the dungeons. So let's see, where are we at? So we got 9 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there's the 9. Oh, wait, no, that's Triceps. We're in Scotland. Okay, so wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. There may be one in here. Maybe one in there. I guess this one would count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But I could have swore I just did this one. 4, 5. Might be one in here, which would be 6. Maybe one in here, 7. Maybe one in here, 8. 9. Okay. Cool. And then we'll be done with zone 2. Holy Bolts won't be in season 5, but Profane Mind Cage will be. I don't think that Momentum will be in the season either. So, but all right, guys, I appreciate everybody being here, man. Make sure to like the stream if you guys have been enjoying it. Don't forget to follow over on Twitch, guys. I really do appreciate all the support, guys. So, have a great rest of your week. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We're going to try to finish this up, I guess, because I don't have much else to play. But, yeah, guys, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Be safe, have fun, and as always, stay gaming. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.